Hello everybody and welcome to the midway draft for the Scyther Audio Dramas fantasy spin-off thing that was originally the Beyond the Mat spin-off thing. You know, that thing. We're here on... Yes. We're here on video for the first time because I thought it would be more entertaining than watching graphics and things like that. Plus, I've got some new setup and stuff now. I'm doing video podcasts and that. So, as you can see on the screen here, we've got a wheel with JJ, myself, and Glenn. Later on, that will have names in for the random thing. Because it was a lot of work to do that thing last time I did with all the graphics and the guys popping up, and then I just kind of got tired of it at the end, and I didn't want to do it for the trades and stuff. So you guys didn't see this wheel originally. You just heard us reacting to it, and in some cases you couldn't really understand what was going on when we did the wheel spins when we did the actual draft. So this is obviously a bit better version of that, where you'll be able to see what's actually going on. So for those of you who's not been following along, I'm Carl. I am booking AEW in this fantasy universe. Bret Hart is my current champion. I don't have that belt because obviously JJ has that belt. JJ, as represented back there, he is the former WWE, now rebranded as the WWF. He managed to make a deal with the World Wildlife Fund to get that name back and rebrand under Stephanie McMahon. And we've got Glenn, who is doing a new promotion called the WWA, but it is not the World Wrestling All-Stars from Australia that was to do with drug money. So.
Nope, it's nowhere near that. Okay,
it's the World Wrestling Alliance, and for that reason, I've been trying to get him to change the logos on the posters he makes to be the ones that are the new logo that we've been using rather than the Australian logo. But with that said, so how this is going to work? This is not going to be like the full draft where we do a full thing. It's just going to be a mini version of that. We've got plans to do a very different thing for the end of season full draft to really shake things up in January. But we're halfway through. There's some guys we didn't use as much as we thought, and we maybe want to trade or let go. There'll be people we want to pick up to boost our roster, so that when we get to January, JJ can do a full Royal Rumble. It's things like that, or I can do a Casino Battle Royal with more than 10 people, things like that. So, even though I've done mine for this year, but by the time we get to it next year, I'll have enough people to do a 21-person one. So yeah, we're going to start out with the regular draft picks. So basically, we're going to do 10 regular picks of currently active people who have wrestled within the last year. So anybody who sort of worked last year, we're going to have 2 Legends picks. And then we're going to go ahead and go into the next bit, which I'll explain. Also, Tom's here. Hi, Tom. I realised I didn't introduce you.
Voice of the fan.
I'm sort of pure neutral because I'm not a part of any of the brands. But just for the sake of telling the truth, I have been helping Glenn with his roster picks. So. Whilst I am still pure neutral.
Well, it does say on the Discord server head booker, so presumably we've got a creative team, and you're just you were on the WWE creative team, the WBA creative team. As
far as I see it, you got to nail your colours to the mast, and I have been helping, so.
It's okay. Besides, that's what teamwork's all about. We help each other, despite we're all in 3 different companies. But that's the whole thing. And,
right. So we're going to do the 10 regular picks to begin with. Managers, commentators, we can do that at the end. We don't have to limit that. Like, who cares? Like, if you want to pick up, you could, I think we said a couple of managers. Managers, maybe we could limit. I think we did say like 1 or 2 managers. I think of the that. So.
What are the rules when it comes to managers and in-ring action? Because
I think anybody is.
Come up.
Yeah, I think if it's somebody if you're drafting a legend in the regular picks as a manager, you can't use them in the ring. Is the way I would see it. But if you draft somebody who is a currently active worker, who could presumably actively work, and there's no reason why they can't as a manager. Like, I've not used MVP in the ring, but I presumably could. I've used Katrina in the ring, because they are people who can actively wrestle now. So I would say if you're drafting a manager, they have to be primarily used in the manager role. With, they can occasionally come out and do...
in that case, to not give away a name, manager number 3, Glenn, is probably going to have to stay as a manager.
Oh, because
well, they can stay as a manager, but they can work a couple of times.
I would say they could wrestle occasionally, like the once in a while.
Unless they are a person who is.
It can't be a regular like member.
And unless, because you are drafting, if you draft them as a manager in the regular picks, you're drafting them as they are now. So if they've got they're too old, or if they've got a prohibitive injury that means that they had to retire, they can't work. You can't magically draft somebody who's got a career-ending injury and then they could suddenly work.
No.
Yeah.
What if, like, say for example, guys, could it be like I could give it like, as you say, if I had my third pick, could it like perhaps be like a manager, but could that be I don't know, say like as a part-time wrestler?
Yes,
maybe?
They could work occasionally, so long as they aren't somebody who has retired.
That can actually work.
It still works, then, Glenn. It still works.
Okay. But yeah, to be clear, obviously, for people who don't know what's going on, obviously I've got Bret Hart as my champion. We do have 2 Legends picks. Those go picked out of any point of time in their prime, and they are as they were then, which is why we've used the Legends. Like, Glenn has used them quite liberally, because he ended up with a couple more than we did, which was, it probably worked out for the best for the way you're booking. So
that's all right.
We wanted to give you the advantage, and it made sense for your roster.
It did. Really. I mean, I know you had Bret Hart, and I was hoping to get him, but it made sense that you had him because look at what you've done with him, and it makes perfect sense. And to be quite honest,
can you guys still see the wheel?
Yes, I can see the wheel.
Okay, good. I'm just checking because my thing says Steam is still running. Blah blah blah. So because I clicked on it. Okay, so we're going to decide the order for the regular picks. So
who's going first? Whoa, that thing's spinning like crazy, man. I'm going to hypnotise already. Oh, I'm going first.
Man.
It was almost on JJ then. But,
just like the last time. JJ was first the last time, and now it's my turn. I'm usually the last one in. Oh, wow. This summer draft couldn't get any better.
Going second.
All right. Wow, JJ, you're next.
All right.
That's I'm last.
Wow.
This is a very similar order to the first time, I swear, that we did the
It might be worth doing for fairness, rather than going the same order. Do what I think they call the snake, which is do it backwards. Backwards.
So we get the first pick, and then we reverse. We didn't do that last time, but that does.
It'll be.
But then doesn't that mean that the last person then gets 2? Doesn't that then mean that the last person gets 2 picks?
It would be Glenn, JJ.
It would be Glenn, me, and you would get 2 picks. Then me, then Glenn would get 2 picks. Then me, then you would.
It's because when we did that the last time, JJ went first.
No, we did go in order last time, but I do like that because I think it. My only thing was obviously the 2 picks thing, but honestly, other than maybe 1 pick, I don't think we're going to have that much overlap in terms of the people.
No, JJ went first the last time. You went second, and I went last.
All right.
Remember?
So let's try the snaky thing out and then see how it goes from there.
Okay.
At least for the main drafts. So all right. So Glenn, go ahead and draft your first regular pick. From the
well, I'm just checking on my GIF right now because I've got 2 different versions because with Tom's help. And I've got my alternates in there just in case. My first pick is actually going to be intriguing. You said you needed a tag team. Well, I've actually picked one. And, well, I'm sorry, AJ Styles. You couldn't get them before I could. I'm getting Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Welcome to WWE.
Are they going to be called the OC, or are you going to give them a different name?
Oh, no, because, I got a certain individual who needs them.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
DM would be happy with that. Back in the day. All right.
Sorry, AJ Styles.
That's cool. That's cool. JJ, your first pick then.
All right, my first pick. I somehow missed him in the January draft. The current in real life Intercontinental Champion, Gunther.
Doctor Who? Who's he again?
Gunther.
What you've got him on your list as his other name.
What?
Walter.
Oh, shit.
Walter.
JJ!
I took Walter.
Walter has Gunther.
Oh, JJ, he was my next pick. Damn it, I was going to get the whole...
Well, that's how this works.
He was literally number 1 on my board. I can't believe it, but...
I feel like I'm going to...
European connection, damn it.
Well, yeah, okay. I've just realised that me going off that screen makes it so to start recording.
I mean, I can't get the rest of the guys.
So
No.
let me just do this 2 seconds. Let me just move that out of there.
Opportunity.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
good
so, alright.
I'll have to trade him then.
So, I am very surprised this guy didn't go. He wasn't really high up in people's list, but he's become very over in the meantime. And I got an idea for him. I'm drafting LA Knight.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
He
you told me
was
that.
on my list.
No.
He was on my list.
no.
I told you.
He was on my list.
I had to
He
get
was on
Carl
Glenn's
Anderson
list.
down before
He's
you guys.
become one of the most over things in WWE right now.
I thought JD was going to get him.
Like,
because of his comedy.
as the heel version earlier in the year wasn't that ball, but lately I can definitely see.
Since the January draft, his
Yeah.
stock has picked
Yeah.
up.
I thought JJ was going to have him, to be honest, Carl, because
I know,
He
it's
was
not.
on. He was on my list. He was on my list.
I think it
but-
was on everybody's
You know
list.
what I
And
mean?
I expected since I went last that I would not get him. Anyway, so we're going to do the snake thing. So I get 2 picks. So I get another pick now.
Yeah, you
and then me,
you go
and then
again
Glenn
now.
gets to-
You
Okay.
I've
go
got to
again
tell
now,
Bradley
yeah.
Jones, man, because now he can't voice for me
Okay.
anymore. Now he's going to have to voice for you.
Good.
Damn it.
All right. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and take somebody else whose stock was very raised. This one is more typically AEW. I'm taking Will Ospreay.
Okay.
Actually,
Good pick.
Will Offspring. I was getting confused with the
Offspring.
young guy.
I
said Will
I
Ospreay.
love
We said Ospreay.
your selective knowledge about you know all these random NXT people, but you don't know who Gunther and Will Ospreay are.
Oh, I knew they were because of the
He
change
knows
their
the
names.
governor, Martin
Will
Sullivan.
Ospreay is an English. He's
Yeah.
an amazing English wrestler who has many 6-star matches for Damon Meltzer and just had a hell of a
I
match
actually
with
have
him.
seen him.
That's perfect for AEW.
I have seen him before once. I actually shook his hand, but I thought you were talking about somebody else. who was
Those are the
taking
two that I was thinking that other people were going to go for because they've been big names like in the at least
thought-
in the last month or
thought
so.
about it.
So I wanted to make sure I got those two first. After that, I don't think there's going to be that much. There's going to be that much crossover. But then we're going to go back to JJ then for pick 2.
All
Hang on
right,
a
my
minute.
number 2 pick, the Heat Magnet, Dominic Mysterio.
You know what? I won't hold that against you because I've got Rey Mysterio.
I mean, you
down
might
there.
when you see what he does with him.
Don't you
I've
worry,
just sent.
man.
I've just sent you a message, Glenn. What
All
I
right,
think
Carl.
you want to do, man.
And we also use alternates in this pick as well, since I've lost 2 of my originals.
you have to use your alternates because if you don't get the
oh, yeah,
original,
yeah, go ahead,
it's that way.
just go
so
down,
Glenn, you
your
get
list of
2.
names, yeah.
You get pick 2 and 3 right now.
I've just sent you a message who I think you should do next.
I am going for that next. Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. I do have an alternative in replacement if I did lose Walter, but I'm going to go for my other draft instead. And I'm going for some British wrestling this time. I need to fill up my European roster at this point. He's in the mid-carding. He's one of my favourites, and he was once an FWA tag team player. He also had a good match with Daniel Bryan in the early days of his career. I'm going for one of my favourite submission specialists. I'm going for Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's
Good-
a
good pick.
that's a good modern one. See,
He's
you know,
the master.
yeah.
He's the master at the
So
cross
you know
arm
him, but
bar.
how do you not know Will Ospreay?
Yeah, I only saw him once. I never saw him. I only heard the name, but I've
I
only,
know, but I just.
Have you watched NXT UK for God's sake?
NXT wasn't in NXT UK. He's been in New Japan and he's been in
Japan for 10 years.
he just had a 5-star match with Kenny Omega on Forbidden Door.
And yet you've got Kenny on your roster. Oh wow!
I
You can see a
know.
remake.
Funny
You've
that.
got
Okay.
you've got one. You've
It's
got another,
almost like he's planning
you've
something.
got you've got another
wait
pick now,
wait till
Glenn.
later for that one. So Glenn,
I know.
your pick number 3 then.
And my next pick number 3.
Wait,
hang
doesn't
on.
JJ then get fucked by being in the middle then?
No.
No, because my,
He
picks
does
come
not.
my picks come at a consistent rate, whereas you
No,
have
you-
to
you-
plan
Okay,
out.
I
Actually-
suppose.
I suppose what we could do is after Glenn has this pick, then
I don't mind being in
JJ
the middle.
can be 2 then, if you
Oh,
want.
jeez.
Okay,
Okay. I've
okay. If
just-
JJ doesn't mind, we'll keep it this way. But I just think the snaking just screws over the middle person because he never gets.
It's all right. We're not screwing Jade. Hey, we're not. It's not Montreal.
Should we
JJ
should we go back to
JJ.
just the order after this?
Yeah, okay.
Because I've just
Okay.
I literally just thought about that and then I was like, wait, that
Yeah.
I think if we come January, maybe the snake will work a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
like
like
that.
that. Yeah, that's a good
I-
idea.
I think it's
Yeah.
because it's 3 of us is what screws him over basically.
We're playing
yeah,
around
well-
though. We're just experimenting with this
So
anyway.
yeah, so Glenn, since I had 2 picks, you and go ahead.
Yeah, I
and
did.
Go ahead and do your 3rd pick then.
My third pick, he gave me advice on a tag team. Again, I'm going back to my British my British stablemates again. Since I got Zack Sabre Jr., I'm going to go for another tag team, one who I have met a couple of times before I went to NXT. I'm taking a tag team. I'm taking Tyler Bate and Trent Seven.
All right.
Under what name?
When they were together.
They were a
what's
team.
What's their team name, right? Have they got a team name?
I think it was
We're keeping that under wraps because they've
We'll
got
see
two
why.
possible team names we're going to use.
Okay.
So
All right.
They're
By the
together.
way, can everybody keep a note of who they've drafted? Because I'm not doing notes this time. I'm just doing notes on
okay.
my own. So everybody write down who you've drafted.
hang on, I better do that for Glenn's then, haven't I?
Yeah, do
Okay.
that because I've got two different picks here. I've got two.
So
two drafts here
just
in
to
order.
recap, I've taken
Try
LA
and find-
Knight.
let me
I've
try
taken
and
LA
find the
Knight,
note.
Will Ospreay. JJ, you've taken,
I have taken Gunther and Dominic Mysterio.
and Glenn, you have taken
Tyler Bate,
Glenn's got
Trent Seven,
Glenn's got
Zack
the
Sabre Jr.
OC.
the
They're not
OC.
they're not the OC. They're just
OC, Zack Sabre Jr., Tyler Bates, and Trent Seven.
Yeah.
Right.
I need to get my tag team divisioning up.
Yeah,
like you guys
okay,
said
so-
the last one.
So,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
hey,
so
you're
just,
working on it.
So everybody can send that to me at the end, and that way I can.
I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's just so I don't have to keep going off screen and typing is the only reason.
So I've taken two. So I've taken 3 picks already.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go back to the regular order. JJ, your next pick, number 3.
Oh boy.
All right. My next pick, I will finish out the stable. I'm going to take Gunther's Imperium mates, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni.
Yeah.
Ricci.
Cool.
You know something, JJ? That was the original twist I was going to bring in, but you've got him now. Damn.
You don't, Glenn. You don't
You
know
know
about
his
him.
face?
If you don't know he's called Gunther, you don't know Imperium. Come on.
I knew it.
He does.
No, I did know
He
that.
does.
might-
Oh,
you
no.
might- you
Oh,
might-
you know
you might
them
get the
from
wheel.
you knew them from NXT. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew them from
he had them.
NXT, yeah.
He had them as Bartel and he had them as Marcus Bartel and
Okay.
Alexander Wolf.
They're-
under
they're
their
old
NXT
names.
names.
Right, got it. They're
Everyone
NXT
Italian.
names. Got it.
Typical
Okay.
me, I only know him by their
You
WWE
don't
name.
remember.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to make because I
Well,
had my
speaking of
European-
WWE names, I'm going to take somebody not by their WWE name. I didn't want to draft them back in January just because I was going to see how it turned out and see if it would be I thought it was going to be a temporary thing, them being back, and I wasn't sure about it. But I'm going to take them now because it makes sense for a storyline I'm doing. I'm taking Saraya.
I thought you might.
Okay. Okay. She
Oh,
was the
but-
one from January where I
great.
was like, wow, I'm really surprised that.
Oh, for goodness
I
sake! This draft thing is screwing me up the ass.
Wait,
here, man.
you had Paige written down, did you? You had Paige written
No,
down,
he
did you?
No, because I need some
he-
Japanese
he-
talent.
No, she's...
He didn't have Saraya until I added her.
Oh, dear. Glenn, she's not Japanese. Saraya is Paige.
Oh shit!
He's
that
got.
one.
He's got. He's got another. He's got another woman. He's got another woman on the roster who I believe is an NXT Japanese woman with a very similar name.
It's not her. It's Paige.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sorry, Carl.
that's who he thought. he
Soraya
had.
and
I thought
Surrey,
she
I think it
retired
is.
Nice.
a long time ago.
As in Saraya Knight, as in Paige, yeah. All right, Glenn, your fourth.
All
Okay,
right.
if you agree with the message I sent you, do you want me to do this one because I know you don't know who one of them is.
I need to get okay. I know I'm gonna take a step back with this one, but I'm gonna take some of my women up now. I'm taking okay. I think they were a tag team, so I'm gonna put them together. I'm taking Dakota Kai and Ricola Gonzalez. I need to get my women up.
Okay.
Okay. Have they got a tag team name, or you're going to give them a new one?
No.
I actually I had a point on this one because I said he could potentially have Raquel Gonzalez as part of a different tag team, but
But yeah, but I have put them together.
they were.
So
they
what
were-
was
they
their?
were
Sorry,
between
what
points.
was their tag team name in NXT then?
I haven't watched NXT for years, and I know they were.
Okay,
I think they were just like a tag team. but I don't think
Okay,
they had
all right, cool.
Yeah, just a
They
ordinary
were
tag
like
team.
together team.
JJ, pick number 4 then.
All right,
Halfway
pick
done
number
my
4.
picks now.
Going off of yours, I promise I had her here already. I'm going with Ruby Soho.
That's all right. She's
That's
not even
fine.
on my list.
That's fine. I don't need the whole outsiders. That's fine.
Okay, that's what I thought you might be going that direction.
But
so.
I mean, this is kind of on brand for saying I wasn't doing that. But yeah, my pick number 4 is Tony Storm.
I figured.
No surprise there.
That's all right. She's not even on my list either.
Glenn's just burying our list. All right, Glenn.
Well, he doesn't know. He keeps saying he doesn't know who any of the people he's drafted is.
Because I don't even know who the bodybuilding talents are, for crying out loud. I haven't watched
He
wrestling
doesn't
for
know who
3 years.
Aaliyah is, no.
Go and watch some tapes.
Oh, will. I'll ask Jim Cornette if he does, if he stops burying my
Dave
goddamn
Meltzer in this
roster.
universe is just like going crazy.
Yeah, don't worry. Dave Meltzer doesn't exist in mine, okay?
He does.
Yeah, but he's not rating my star system, okay? For
Oh,
God's
he
sake.
doesn't exist in my universe. I don't acknowledge his existence.
I'll tell you who I think you want to go with next, Glenn.
Hang on, I might pick them at a later time. I've got to pick another cruiserweight, and I did say I was cutting down the size. And this guy definitely was an NXT guy. He was one of my favourites. I'm taking Humberto Carrillo. I'm taking that guy.
Tom, is that how you say that?
Humberto Carrillo. There we
Could have
go.
gotten another tag team too.
No, actually, he's single. He's on his own.
Oh, all right.
I got some cruiserweights because I've only got.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
making sure with the whole Aaliyah thing. That's
Oh,
how it's
God.
said. Okay.
Don't worry, that will be gone eventually because I have something in mind for that.
JJ,
But anyways,
your pick number 5.
My pick number 5. This might be a controversial one, and we may have to talk about it. But he does have a WWE contract, and he is a WWE contracted wrestler, Logan Paul.
You can
Hey,
You can have
he's
him.
legit.
No, you can have him.
I didn't think anybody would fight over this.
Oh, he counts. He absolutely counts.
No, something. I'm just going to first one before I pick my next pick. JJ, just to let you know, I kind of wasn't sure because I was looking at the 2K22 roster. I was thinking if I had picked somebody else, again, judging by the fact he's a, heavy metal dude, I had something in mind for that. But seeing how he was, I don't think he would fit my WWE. So I think it's glad you got him because I had a feeling you might want some comedy in there. So
I
I'm
wouldn't
glad
call
you-
her Logan Paul a heavy metal. Okay.
He had a guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had that
He's a
guitar.
YouTuber.
Oh, wow. We're all YouTubers. How come we're not wrestling? Anyways, on my next pick.
Because we don't want to.
Right, Glenn,
I
yeah,
know.
pick number... Wait, hang on. I didn't have my number pick number 5. What?
You did. Oh,
You're
yeah.
skipping-
Go
you're
next.
skipping me.
Yeah, you're
Okay, this one is another one that might be a little obvious due to current storylines I've been doing. And I don't care that one of them's gone a little bit nuts. I'm gonna do it because AEW couldn't because he got injured. Taking Red Dragon.
That's fine.
Oh,
Need some-
okay,
that's fine.
okay. We got a
that's
little bit of a
good.
tease of them. I figured they'd be on your list.
Like
the Red
that was
Dragon.
obviously the way that they were going until Cole got injured, and then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my next
So,
pick.
now
Okay.
Okay, Glenn, now it's your pick number 6.
Is hang on, I thought this was number 7. I lost track.
No, this is 6.
All right then. So I'm already halfway through. Okay, I cannot believe I've got so many alternates, but at the moment I'm so far happy with what I've
Probably
got
want to
so
go for
far.
your cruiser team. You probably want to go for your cruiserweight tag team.
Well, I am filling in the boxes here since I've got so many alternates here. My next one, I'm actually, this is going to be a bit of a shock. I'm actually taking another female roster that I need to get my division building up. I'm taking Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan.
Hold on. No,
Wait, haven't-
sorry. I have.
Glenn
have
Glenn drafted her in January, yeah.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, double check
okay.
that.
She's with me. Sorry, guys.
All right,
She must
alternative.
have missed that when I was checking the roster off.
Oh, okay,
I'll
just
have a
give-
I'll
okay.
scroll through, but I'm pretty sure she's somewhere.
Okay, if so, I'll
She
go
is
for my
trying.
alternate then.
Pick number 13 on JJ.
Sorry.
Pick number
My
13
bad.
on JJ's is Liv Morgan.
Okay, I'll go for my alternatives
Go
then.
for the
I'm
Welsh
going,
one then, Glenn. Go for the Welsh girl, Glenn.
I'm going for. I've got another one. There's another one in my alternatives. I'm going for. I'll go for it then. I'm going to go for the next one who I have met in what's the name again in Kamikaze. I'm going for Kaylee Ray.
Okay.
Not the one
Yep.
I was expecting, but okay.
But I'm going for Kaylee Ray. She's kind of a daredevil like Jeff Hardy is.
Again, this was
Tom
one.
is the assistant, just going like, He's the lawyer.
This
Just
was
going
this,
like,
this
all right.
was this was one where I was trying to bend the rules a bit to.
Well, look,
to help him.
look, here's the thing: if basically you're going into alternates, you're going to get all your main picks probably now, because I don't think any of the ones I've got will be on Glenn's list. Let's put it that way.
What I suggested to Glenn, and I don't think he fully got the idea of it, was because you're allowed to pick a tag team as part of one pick. He can have Isla Dawn with Kaylee Ray because they're currently a tag team on WWE TV.
But I'm not sure if the
yeah.
Which is an extra warm body.
But
is the way I
let's stick with a single for now, and then if he wants to do the team and they're more established in January, he can pick up the other person. Let's go with that.
I picked up Kaylee.
JJ, your pick number 6 then.
All right, my pick number 6. She is still currently active. Mickey James.
Yes, she is.
That's all right.
She is currently
I have
active.
no intention of bringing her to mine whatsoever. I was never a Nikki James fan. Never liked her.
Really?
Not like kayfabe as a person, as a
Not
wrestler.
even like during the WrestleMania 22.
Don't bring that up.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I remember
Should have been on my list.
It was. I mean, it was a bit of a lesbian pollen storyline, but other than that, it was one of the better stories WWE did back then with women. But okay.
Yes, it was. But back then, at the time, I
did.
was absolutely against that whole thing back then. Okay, I was.
Women wrestling,
No,
having storylines.
Glenn, stop digging. Stop digging.
Not for me.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Times have changed. Okay.
So
times
speaking
have
of
I was about to quit.
speaking of women, Glenn has got the main person in this group, but I want some women tag teams. So I'm going to take Toxic Attraction, which will be Gigi Dolin and JC Jane.
Ooh, okay.
That's good, actually. They're not on my list. I've heard of them.
Pick.
They're a good tag team, actually. I do like them. But they weren't on
They're
my
one
list.
of the best women's tag teams in the world, so they're a good pick.
Definitely. I've seen a couple of their matches, so they could definitely fit Carl's spot
Let's
on.
go back round to Glenn for pick number 7.
Who's going to have the lucky number 7? Oh, man. This is going to be something. I'm going to go for my alternate picks now for a change. Oh, I've got a bunch of them here. They all look good.
I think we're looking at two different lists because
I am.
you're looking at the original list, the one that I didn't edit.
I know. I'm looking at both of them, to be honest. I'm sidetracking.
Well, look at the good list. Don't look at the first one.
Yeah, I
my
missed my alternates because I don't know, forget who's who in my alternate list at the time. Okay, I think I'm looking down. How did I not forget this guy? And I think this might work. I know you were a big fan of him, Carl. I'm taking him in. Cruiserweight division in. I'm taking Kenta!
Nice. Good pick.
Yeah.
That is a good pick.
The master of the GTS before Punk stole it.
Yep, that is fair. That's fair. JJ, pick number 7.
All right, pick number 7. He's got a really horrible name at the moment, but we're gonna rename him John
name.
Morrison.
What's he going by at the minute?
Johnny TV, I think it is.
Johnny TV.
He's in a really horrible stable with QT Marshall. Fuck that.
I like.
What
the
is this?
QT.
Is this an ROH?
No,
It's on like
AEW.
Rampage. It's AEW. Like,
Oh my god.
he's on AEW.
Oh, I thought he was Johnny Elite in AEW.
No, Johnny TV.
I think he might have come in once as that, but then they.
Okay, I didn't. I'll be honest. When I watch AEW, I just watch Dynamite. I mean, as much as I'm a huge AEW fan, I'm going to go and see it in August.
He's
Dynamite
actively
and
feuding with the Acclaimed right now.
yeah, Dynamite and occasionally the Collision is it used to be Rampage, but now it's Collision.
I can't be bothered with the other.
I mean, Rampage Brown from WWE.
No, the AEW show.
No, the TV show.
Oh, I was thinking about the other Rampage Brown, the one from the UK, whatever his name was, from the indie show.
I love how your mind works on like word association, Glenn.
Sorry about that. I didn't realise I'm not from the.
Okay, so my 7th pick, and I may be revealing a bit of a storyline here by this one. I'm bringing in Kota Ibushi.
Who? Kota Ibushi.
I I thought about him, and then I was like, no, Carl's gonna pick him up. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
Good pick.
At least I got... Who are you picking next, JJ?
Well, it's your pick, so
Oh,
Who are you picking so I can make sure that I get it first?
if you don't pick this guy, then
oh, sorry, I'm going back and forth here. I think the snake thing's tore my mind.
I have not had to go into alternates at all. I'm very surprised. Okay.
Well, it is going to be an alternate pick then, anyways. So we're going back to me then.
Yes. I mean, you should only have had to use 2 alternates, right? Because unless you wanted to change your mind.
He for some reason he's got 2 lists. A list of
No, but I'm saying alternates. I'm saying the alternates should be for
Well,
you should have a list of people that you definitely want, and then the alternates are the people you have if the people you want get taken.
That's what I tried. That's how I tried to put
Sorry
it together.
about
But I think he's looking at the old list.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I was just trying to
Go for the one that you absolutely want, not just not just a list.
I know. Well, Kenta and the other guys, they were my.
Okay.
Well,
So
Kenta
go
and
for,
the other, they were.
go for your main list then. What's your pick number 8?
My next one is going to be at number 8. I'm going for another European guy. I'm going for Jordan Devlin.
okay.
I am not a clue with that one.
He's from NXT. He's one of the guys who one of the guys who Finn Balor trained.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I believe he just debuted on Raw.
He's currently on Raw as JD McDonough.
Yeah.
See, modern WWE. Unless it's something that's big enough that gets me interested in watching it on a YouTube clip. Like, I occasionally watch AEW and that's it, really.
I just watched the NXT roster.
When he first debuted, he looked a lot like Finn. He looked a lot like Finn Balor, and the fans in what company was it? I think it might have been the What Culture company. Was calling him the Finn Balor you've got at home.
Okay. Alrighty, so JJ, pick number 8.
Pick number 8. Kind of surprised he hasn't been picked up. Solo Sikoa.
Oh yeah.
Might as well finish.
I mean, you're the only person who can really make use of him with the faction thing. So
True.
Indeed.
I think that's why there's not much crossover here, because we all have our things in motion, and we're going for the
Glenn's
people
going
that
after the British people. You're going after the flippy,
but
I was going to get some
for the
Europeans.
most part, I'm going after the AEW people now. So,
like we're staying pretty consistent as far as. Like,
I'm just restoring. Other than a couple of weird picks like LA Knight and Toxic Attraction and Kota Ibushi, I'm basically just restoring the AEW roster at this point.
You are. I was going to take some AEW guys, but
back to the real world. So with that in mind, my pick number 8 is going to be Hook.
Who?
Good pick.
Okay.
Yeah. Taz's son.
Ah,
Good
nice.
pick.
Father and son
That's an
reunion.
interesting pick.
Yeah, Jay, just to let you guys know, before I pick my big number 8, it's funny how you're getting most of the Europeans, since I actually planned to do a European round robin tournament. But now that I can't do that now, I'm going to have to respond.
Some of that might be trade leverage. Not gonna lie.
There's still trades.
So,
but I might have to postpone my European title proposal thing.
So, Glenn, your penultimate main pick. Your pick number 9.
Well, is it number 8? Or
Number
did I
9.
I didn't know I picked number 8 already.
You've already picked number 8, yeah.
Yeah, you've got Glenn. You've got the OCs. You've got the OCs: Zack Sabre, Trent Seven, and Tyler Bate, Humberto Carrillo, Kyan Gonzalez, Kaylee Ray, Kenta, and Jordan Devlin.
Okay,
if I've got that right.
All right. Well, I am trying to build my division up. Okay, now I said I cut down the size, but I might have to bring in somebody else who might be since I lost Walter, I did have a backup plan. And again, AJ, you had it. I'm sorry about this, AJ Styles. You lost your team buddies. Now you lost someone who you used to be with. I'm taking Almas, Nigerian giant.
Oh, okay. That is.
Yeah,
that's on brand.
I took AJ's buddies and his former bodyguards.
Not gonna lie, I considered almost. I'm not gonna lie on that.
You should have a match between him and the Ultimate Warrior. It'd be amazing. Minus 5 stars.
I was thinking about having Almas for a long time, but I thought to myself, if I pick this, Carl and JJ are going to
May as
lose
well.
their shit if I pick another big dude.
It's not that he's a big dude. I just think he's terrible. But
Well, I can do something with him.
he's Giant
The
Gonzalez.
legend pick will be the Great Khali.
Yeah.
No, he's actually. No, I will say I've watched a couple of Almost matches, and I have to say, even Undertaker said in that podcast he was so high on him at that one time. He needs to be treated like Andre.
Maybe
So
he'll
I can do
get to put him
something with
over.
him.
He
I
did
can
put
get
over
him on.
Andre.
Okay. All right.
Get him on.
So pick number
One more pick,
9 for
Yeah.
JJ.
My pick number 9. Currently in a tag team, but I can't have the tag team. So I'll take the singles variation, Chad Gable.
It's a good pick. Actually, that'll suit your roster now that I think about it.
No,
Okay.
I mean you've got the other guy in his team, so you can't do that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Um,
I like. Who's next on yours then,
me,
Carl?
so again, I've got a trios division to build. You can't draft a trio, so I'm just splitting these into 2. So first, I'm taking Malachi Black.
Wow,
man.
Carl.
Was that on your list,
How did
JJ?
he slip my mind?
Oh, okay. Was
Carl, let me just
Man,
pause you for a
okay.
second, brother. Guys, let me just be clearly honest with you guys. I was a big Metallica Black fan. I mean, aka Alexander Black.
Metallica Black.
Yeah, Alexander Black, whatever his name was, because I loved him in NXT. He was actually going to be on my suggestive list, but I wasn't too sure at the time. So he was in my suggestion block.
Yeah,
Because if I had him, I was going to
write
team up
him
with the
down.
Undertaker.
Man.
Because if I had him, I was going to have him team up with
like
the
I said,
Undertaker.
I'm just restoring the main AEW roster
Right.
to
I think-
my
I
weird
think that's-
roster. You know. Yeah,
I'm glad you got it.
this draft, other than a couple, I am just taking the AEW guys I missed in January, kind of thing. Let's go back. The final main pick for Glenn.
Oh, man. Okay, I had a look there, Tom. I'm just looking down at the list again. Oh, man. I'm
There's
pretty sure
only a few left on there.
I did pick enough women, I think, for my division, I think, for the time being. But I'm having one more look around. I think I might be alright for the time being. I can always do trades afterwards. But
You've got one more pick.
You can
so-
trade men. Yeah, you can trade men for women. That's nice.
yeah, that's what I mean. But
Everybody.
okay, guys, if you thought Almost was a bit of a shocker, well, I picked out somebody else, and I think I can do something with him. And it's a shame I left him for last. He was my most hated NXT original at the time. But I think I can do something with him. I'm taking Baron Corbin.
Okay.
Okay. You actually could do something with him.
Yeah.
That's not.
And if you're thinking
That's
what
not
version I'm
wild.
going to
That's
use
not
him
crazy.
for, I'm going to use him as the Lone Wolf. And
Right.
no, he's
That's what I
not,
figured.
he's not going to be
Right,
bold either.
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, we've let you get away without thinking. You can't. You've not drafted him as a legend. So which means he's bold.
Oh, I was going to say
He's
he's
doing the lone wolf now, though, isn't he?
Yeah, like
Essentially.
he could be of that gimmick, but he will be bold.
Well, unless I can figure out a way to get his hair back.
We're-
I'm just not. I
You
just
know, I wouldn't worry about a man's hairline.
yeah. It's just that I felt like
Okay, all right. I suppose we let you get away. You drafted Brock as main Brock, and we let you get away with reverting him.
We've let him get away with worse.
Okay, all right. Baron Corbin could grow his hair back and magically gets his hairline back. Okay, all right.
So let's just say he found a wig. Okay.
There you go, Glenn. I helped you.
No, he got some hair plugs or something.
Yeah,
WWA brought to you by Just for Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got some hair. He got some hair
What's that?
transplants.
What's that one that's sponsoring a load of YouTubers?
Bosley.
What's that one that's sponsoring a load of YouTubers about hair loss?
Just for keeps.
That's it.
Let's just say
Keeps, that's the one I'm thinking of.
with some glue. Okay.
All right, Jay.
If you're watching this, Keeps, we will take your money.
Yeah, all right. You can have Baron Corbin with the 2015 hair. That's cool. JJ, your next pick.
All right, my last pick. If you're trying to rebuild the AEW roster, I'm sorry, I'm taking Ricky Stark.
That's fine. He was on my alternates.
Wow.
He was on my main. He was on my main list for a while, and then I decided I wanted to do the House of Black instead. Speaking of which, I'm taking Brody King and Buddy Matthews to finish off the House of Black.
That's all right then.
That's my 10th pick.
Oh,
Alright.
guys, I've just realised I would have gone for my picks. There was 2 cruiserweights I've had forgotten in my picking.
Well,
I
yeah,
can
but
always
you've
get them
picked 10
You've done your
people.
picks now. You're done.
You've
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I was just,
They'll have
I
to
was
be
just
picked up in
thinking
January.
when we get to the winter draft, they're
yeah,
still
yeah,
there.
yeah. Keep them in mind for winter.
Oh yeah, put them number 1 on your list, like right now. Yeah.
Okay, alrighty.
That's it.
So we'll go down the list. So Glenn, you were first. So Tom, read out who Glenn drafted.
Right. Well,
Wait,
Glenn
Tom-
has got the
Tom,
OC.
Tom, hold on. Did JJ get his 10th pick?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I got it.
You sure? Okay. Because I am partially
Glenn has got the OC, which is Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Zack Sabre Jr.
Yep.
He's got Tyler Bates and Trent Seven.
Yep. I'm just tracking them off my list.
Oh, hang on. The screen's gone off. Hang on. Don't know why I did that. And Trent 7.
You can see your screen on my end a lot clearly, Carl.
He has
You're
got
all right.
Humberto Carrillo.
How do you spell Korea?
It's
Carrillo.
CARRRILLO.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
Carrillo. He's got Dakota Kai
Humberto,
and
no,
Raquel Gonzalez.
You spelled the first guy's name wrong. He's got it's H, not U at the top of his name.
Oh, hang on. Gonzalez.
That's my accent. Sorry.
It's all right. We're Brummies. I've got a Brummie accent.
No, it's. I'm used to typing Zach with that because I've got somebody who does a podcast with me called Zach.
So you've got Kai and Gonzalez, yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, Tycho
Cody
Kai
Ray.
and
I'm adding them to the wheel as I'm doing this because then they'll be in the wheel for the random.
That's fine. Yep. So Kaylee Ray.
Spell
Kay space LEE Ray with an A.
think of Keith Lee and Ray's first last names.
Okay, Kaylee Ray. Kenta, yeah, I've got Kenta.
Kenta.
Yeah,
Jordan Devlin.
Jordan, Dev.
He was on my list, you know. I mean, I'm just going to pick him.
Omos.
Now I can have somebody.
And Baron Corbin.
That is how you spell Omos, right?
OMOS.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Nigerian.
Let me just copy that into a Word document so I've got it when I speak.
Now you want to put his rest of his roster on there, man.
Yeah. Let me just do. Well, we're gonna obviously do legends as well, so I'll wait for that. Okay, let me. Sugar. I've just realised I can't do it as separate ones. So I'll add them all to one. It's fine. And like we did last time, if it goes up on somebody of yours, we'll just spin it again.
I have to admit, this draft's been very, very intriguing compared to what we did in January.
Yeah, because a lot of the bigger names are gone, so we're going for more interesting.
Are we doing two legends? Are we doing
two legends? We'll do that in a second. So JJ, give me read me out your picks so I can add them to this thing.
All right, my draft picks for the summer draft are Gunther,
Yeah.
Dominic Mysterio,
Oh my goodness, that's going to be
the
so
team
funny.
of Imperium,
Yeah.
Ruby Soho, Logan Paul.
He's not He's not Wolverine Logan.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Mickey James,
Yeah.
John Morrison,
Yeah, good pick there,
Solo
Carl.
Sikoa,
Spell like that
Chad
right?
Gable.
Solo spell like that right?
Yep.
Ooh.
And last pick, Ricky Starks.
Somebody's very popular at getting the Discord notifications. All right, so that's that, and then I will put mine in. So my picks are LA Knight, Will Ospreay, Saraya, Tony Storm, Red Dragon, Toxic Attraction, Kota Ibushi, Hook, Malachi Black, and the House of Black.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that in because
I'm very happy with those picks. I got everybody else.
I'm not going to lie to you, Carl. If I had those guys, I would have put them in with the Undertaker. I would have made the new ministry with him as their leader.
No, you didn't. So.
Well, you can always make a new ministry with whoever you want.
Well, that's going to happen, and that's going to happen down the road.
He's going to make him drink his blood and turn dark side.
No, that won't happen. Taker will still, if I ever do Mystery Taker, he can still sacrifice, but he's not going to like draw his own blood. That
And do you want to turn off your notifications because you get a lot of notifications?
You see what I said? I just said by putting my headsets in.
That's actually my fault because looking at his list, he's got 4 legends. He's got 4 legends.
Okay, well, he's going to pick 2 of them. So
yeah, you got to
go ahead and go.
Just go with like your top, your top.
Okay,
one.
so we're going to go ahead and go into the legends, and I've just realised I haven't got the wheel anymore. So what I'll do is we'll go in reverse order. That seems fair.
Yeah, good idea.
Is that okay? Well, actually, that's not fair on JJ.
No, put JJ first.
Okay.
Yeah, JJ deserves to be
Hang
first.
on. Let me bring up another generator.
And now a second wheel has appeared.
Yeah, hang on.
Wheel number 2 has joined the party. He's not teaming up with wheel number 1. I apologise, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
This is just unfortunate. Oh, hang on.
I'm using a different one. Here we go.
Oh my god! It's freaking cookies.
Glenn. This is a different one that you can't see, folks. But sorry,
We can see it.
You can see it.
I can see that wheel.
Oh, of course! Oh, of course you
I don't
can.
know if
Oh yeah, of course you can, because I'm doing it on the same web browser. That makes sense. All right, yeah.
I can see that browser.
Okay, all right. Okay, so going first.
Hey guys.
This one's shades of yellow, apparently.
It's going in the opposite direction compared to the other wheel.
Oh wow,
Glenn,
barely.
Going first
Wow.
again.
I like a hair.
Yes!
I think I like the other way better. When we were going to reverse it.
That's hurting my eye. Ah, that's really hurting my eyes, man.
Oh,
But
yeah, we're going the same order. Okay, all right.
oh wow. This wheel's got the same personality as the other wheel.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So,
Love you, bro.
based on the wheel, we're going to go in the same order. So, Glenn, we have 2 Legends picks. And again, just to clarify, everybody, you can take them from anywhere in time, and they will be at their prime as they were. You can choose the year that you are taking them from, even if you want a specific version of them. So, Glenn, who is your first Legends pick? It can be a tag team or a singles wrestler.
This is the thing that has really been bugging me, and Jesus Christ, this is the highest pick now for all of us, and I'm worried because you guys might get these before I do, but I'm so stuck with tag teams, bro. I can always get them in the winter one later on, but right now I'm so stuck. I'm trying to make my decision. I don't want to hold you guys up, but I'm stuck in a rock and a hard place with this.
We're number 1. Come on, pick number 1, Legend.
You know what? I might go for this for a single for this one, and maybe in my next pick I'll go for a tag team. I think that will work out. Would that be a good idea, Tom?
I would. Yeah.
I'll lay my cards out on the table and I'll say I don't have I have 1 tag team that's like my 4th alternate. So
Okay.
I think that's what we'll all do. Actually, is that a good idea, Carl? Just suggesting, perhaps.
I would go.
Pick whoever you want.
So I would say if you want to pick a singles guy, pick it this
You
round.
can pick a singles round, you can pick a tag guy. It's up to you. Go ahead.
Just suggesting for all of us, actually.
No.
Hang
Everybody can do whatever they
No,
want.
just you.
All right,
you pick
then.
who you want.
Okay, I'm having a good look at this. I wasn't too sure if you guys were going to get him, but this will come to a bit of a shocker. I'm taking another big guy. And I'm not talking about another giant. I'm talking about my other favourite big guy. My first TNA original. Welcome to the World Wrestling Alliance. I'm taking the Monster Abyss.
Okay. I really thought you were picking Jeff Jarrett, and I was about to like.
No, he's not going to my WWE. No, you're Double J.
Jeff Jarrett could have been in normal picks because he had a match last week.
I thought about him. I hate to
You're the
say
Double
it.
JJ of this fantasy, JJ, not Jeff Jarrett. Okay.
Okay, I'm making sure I'm making notes now because obviously I'm going to have to eventually.
I thought you were going to
don't spin your stupid thing. No, shut up, go away.
No.
Premature. Don't you hate when that happens? Your wheel just prematurely spins.
No, don't get away, Malachi Black. Go away. Right, okay, so. All right, so no, we're not on that bit yet, though, but I'm just pressing it. Okay, so we're going to go with JJ. Are you writing yours down on text, by the way, JJ? Or are you?
Yeah, I've got it.
So
in the chat.
you could copy them to me. I'm just making sure to write because I know Tom's doing his in paper, so I'm just making sure to do it.
Yeah, if you look in the group chat, I've got mine.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Why wouldn't I when I have a fountain pen? Like, come on.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm just saying. So I have a digital copy to copy into the server afterwards. So your first legend, what?
Oh, I'm just going to be honest with you. Before you take your pick, I was thinking in the back of my mind. I was thinking you were going to take I thought you were going to take Abyss. Apparently, I was going to be very honest.
Okay, I didn't. I wasn't going to. I mean, I considered it at one point, but no.
Yeah, but I was going to take it in case you were going
No,
to.
that's fine. That's fine. JJ, your first Legends pick of the two.
All right, my first
Just so
Legends
glad
pick.
about
He
this
goes
one.
by many names, but we're going to be specific here. I'm specifically picking up Cactus Jack.
Oh,
JJ, you son of a bitch! No, he was my next pick. No, I can't have my trio tag team. No!
he absolutely wasn't on your list because you sent me your list.
He did not have Mick
No, I
Foley
can't
on
have
the
my
list.
trio fantasy.
He did not
You
have
did
Mick
not have Mick Foley on your list.
Well, I was going to.
I'm looking at your list.
So,
I know who was
what
on your list.
era Cactus Jack are we taking? 2000?
We're taking 97, 2000.
Yeah.
WWE Cactus
JJ,
Jack.
man. I can't
So,
believe it.
just to
Man,
clarify,
man,
since
this
you've
is
taken him
all
from that
together.
time period, I am willing to
no.
say you can have the Through Faces of Foley. So you could, if
Okay.
you've taken
Yeah.
that, you've taken it from the time period where he went in between all three. So
JJ, I'm sorry if I'm marking out, but now I can't have my trio together. I was going to have Mankind,
I
Abyss,
mean,
and Kane
maybe
together.
we could trade. There's always trades, and there's
Yeah,
always
don't-
the wheel.
Still trading.
you
yeah,
never know.
and we've got the random wheel. Don't forget as well. So
But
Yeah, you
can
might
use
end up
Mick
with
Foley,
Brendan
you can use two
Mankind.
if you want, JJ.
I'll write him down as Mick Foley just because as I say, Mick Foley, 90s is what I'll legend.
Yeah, 90s Foley. That's what I'd call him,
Okay.
for short.
So, my first legend pick is going to be a tag team.
Oh, is it?
I am going to take a team. I could technically have taken them in the main thing.
Oh,
Both,
I have a feeling I know who it is.
Both of my people could have been taken in the main thing because they are currently technically active. But I'm going to take them when they were a little younger and a little less beat up. The Hardy Boys.
Okay. That was like my fourth alternate. Like I was.
That's
gonna take
okay.
him
So-
You know what, Carl?
That's a
You
good
can
pick.
keep the Hardy Boys, man. Keep them because I can see you having a dream match with them and the Young Bucks.
Ju-
I can see you doing
Yeah.
that.
Just for the sake
They were
of
on my
time
list.
period, just for the sake of time
Yeah, you're
period,
fine.
where are we going? Are we going?
Yeah,
Are
like
we
is it
going?
2000s
Are we
or like
going prior
2008?
to? Are we going prior to Matt Hardy's head injury, or
I'm going to say, just because I want some variety in terms of, like, I think, like, obviously the peak them is like Attitude Era them, but I think that in terms of being able to do singles stuff and being over as they were, I'm going to take probably mid-2000s,
Yeah.
2006,
Okay.
2007
that's a-
Hardys.
That's exactly what I was gonna do. I was gonna
I
take
would have done the same,
2007
too.
Hardy Boys. Yeah.
So, to
If
be
I-
fair, technically they should be called the Hardys then, but, you know, I'll call them the Hardys.
But if I had the Hardy Boys, guys, I would have had them from the
also
2000s.
means though you can't have broken Matt Hardy. You can't have Matt
No,
Hardy in
I
any
can't
way
break
broken.
I can't break about Hardy, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that,
gonna-
you can't upset Jim Cornette by threatening to delete him.
do it, yeah. You could always do a break shoot on that promo if you wanted to, Carl.
I mean, I can't promise you about the animation of the entrance because I'm pretty sure the entrance is from like when they came back.
Yeah.
But you know. Anyway,
if I had the highest, I would have had
So-
2000.
your last Legends pick, Glenn.
Okay, oh man, this is going to be tough. I can always save them I can always save it later on, but I'm going for a tag team. I think it's appropriate for all three of us to do this. I'm stuck between two legends I grew up watching with this. Oh boy.
I would go for the older one. If it
I
was
was
me.
going to go for even someone. I was thinking about going a little older. I was going to go 80s, but I am considering going into the attitude theme. I'm actually going to say this now. It was tough, but I'm taking Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys. I'm bringing them back together.
I thought about them. That's a good pick.
It was a tough pick, but I wasn't sure about them. I was going to go for a different tag team.
Genuinely, looking at the two teams you had on your Legends list, it would have been a toss up if I was calling it.
Era.
The Dudley boys. No, I'm not going to pick them from when they were in, like, in the Ruthless Aggression. I'm going back to I'm going Attitude,
Okay,
like
so
2000.
I'll do this, then I'll put the Z on instead of the...
Like 2000 Dudley Boys.
Yeah, but when they were
I
in
would
their
say
prime.
circa TLC, circa TLC, yeah.
Right, in that case, I will put a Z on instead of an S. Okay, all right.
Back when the
Because
2000
Bubba's still got knees back then.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
fair.
And Bubba won't have to work for his shock all the time.
Right, JJ, what's your second Legends pick?
All right, my second Legends pick. You might see where I'm going with this. I am taking Eddie Guerrero.
Oh shit, JJ.
Specifically the early 2000s. Or I guess
JJ, let me be honest with you, brother. That was going to be my next pick for the winter season from my cruiserweight division. Damn.
I think it's just clicked in my head what you're doing, JJ, and oh my god, no.
Oh my.
If you're doing what I think you're doing.
I think
I'm
Tom
your
and I can
puppy.
agree. Don't, Tom, please. If you're going to do what me and Tom think you're going to do,
We're gonna
for the
reveal-
love of Jesus Christ, don't. I pray to you, man.
Dominic, I am your father.
No. Then Rey Mysterio will have to shit
Yeah,
on my AEW. I was going to bring Eddie into mine so we wouldn't have to.
I show my hand a little too much.
Okay.
Don't, please. For the love of Christ,
So,
no.
my last pick, again, I could have taken them in the main thing because they are currently active, shockingly as it has been. But I want them, again, a little younger when they're, can be a bit more full-time. Trish Stratus.
Is this the manager?
Oh,
Is
good
this the
pick.
manager?
She was on my list. She was on my
And
list.
I will take her from 2003. So we'll go peak Ruthless Aggression era Trish Stratus.
I thought you were going for 2000, Trish. Or something like
No,
that.
but what, before
she
she
was
learned how to wrestle? No. Actually, you know what? No, I will take Trish from 2005 because then you can have the heel version and all that.
How many manager picks are we doing?
So
How many manager
I
picks are
will
we doing?
say you can have up to 2 manager picks.
Did you pick two legends, Carl? I'm a bit
I
lost
did.
here.
I took the Hardys and Trish.
The Hardys and Trish,
Alright.
Carl's got.
Hang on. Why am I getting a funny vision in my head oh no, I'm sorry, skip that. Erase it from my memory. I thought you were going to put
I could
Hardys
please
in
some
there.
fan fiction writers, but I won't. So
I thought we were going to put Trish and the Hardys together for some reason.
exactly, yeah. So that's what I was talking
Oh
about.
Jesus!
I know about the internet. So, with that said, let's go ahead and go into manager picks. And since the wheel decided twice it was the order, let's just keep with the order, I guess. Because again, I don't think there'll be any. I've only got one manager. Has anybody got more than one?
I think you've got 2, haven't you, Glenn?
Okay.
I've got a couple. One of them is more for a technicality.
You've got 3 on your list, Glenn, but we can only have 2. So
I know, but I'm thinking about one could be a part timer and one could be a full time manager. That's the problem I've got here, and that could work out.
No, you can.
I think the third one's got to be dropped off.
We let you get away with the switch of Baron Corbin back. We can't let you get away with having the manager wrestle.
You don't have an extra pick now. So you're having 2 managers, Glenn. You're doing,
I would go for the 2. I would go for the 2 that you originally booked, then, Glenn.
Glenn,
Oh,
your first
okay.
manager.
Well, it's going to be no surprise. I could. JJ did say this to me back in January, which I remember all too well, which was a shock to you guys. But it's going to work because I've got something in mind. I'm taking Paul Bearer.
That makes sense.
Again, shocker that he wasn't picked.
Yeah, instead we've had Brother Love.
Well, don't worry because I've got a storyline between the 2 managers now. They can take care of the Brothers of Destruction. Except one could turn heel over the
Good
other.
Lord.
Who knows what will happen? I mean, it's obvious, obviously, since I have the 2 brothers. Paul Bearer's going to have to go to one of them. Just going to
I
figure
said I didn't
out.
want to do this taking notes, then I'm specifically doing the taking notes thing. But it's just so I've got the admin stuff for when we do the.
Now, you're going to be wondering which version of Paul Bearer am I going to use? You might be asking. I'm actually, for what version the owner's going to be using, it would have gone for 2010's version of it. But for Paul Bearer's look, I'm going for 2000 Paul Bearer when he came back with Kane.
I think with managers, you don't have to be too specific, but yeah, that's okay.
It's got to be
my
Paul
vision.
Bearer in the red jacket. It's got to be red. It's got to be red suit jacket Paul Bearer with the black hair.
Also, I do realise we're bending the rules a little bit because managers technically should be somebody who's still alive, but I'm not gonna say you can't have a legend manager. You can have a legendary manager. If you want to draft Bobby Heenan, go nuts. You know what I mean? So I don't think having restrictions on so if we're using the time machine for some legends, we can use the time machine for a manager. You know,
I mean,
If
you think I make a good point though. It's just I would like to, because I just think 2000s Paul Bearer would actually work well.
I mean but he's lost weight, he's got healthy. You know, makes sense.
That's what I mean. It's 2010 Paul Bearer because he's in his 2000 attire.
JJ, why don't you just pick your first manager and then we'll go back to you.
Okay, my first manager. Kind of shocked he hasn't been picked as a wrestler, but I have one of his family members, so why not? Ric Flair.
Ooh.
As a manager.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Flair was on my mind for a long time, but I wasn't 100% thinking about drafting, but he was there.
So are we talking old man Ric Flair?
We're talking old man,
Modern
like
day.
managing Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring back Ace Flair.
Well, he can't do that as a manager.
borderline
Why would he have
Ric
Ric Flair as a manager from the 80s? Like, well done.
I think-
You're one of the greatest in ring workers of all time. Be a manager.
Right.
Oh, God.
Just
surprised
think
you
like,
didn't
you know,
go.
mid 2000s, like crazy busting himself open, you know. Ric Flair.
TNA Ric
Me.
Flair.
No, we're not going.
Yeah,
we're not
yes,
he's
I
not gonna
guess
say,
so,
"Oh,
yeah.
that's my line. He's not going to do that.
All right, so my only manager, I am taking. I'm taking William Regal.
Of course you
Damn it,
are.
that was my number
I
2.
knew you would.
All right, no more
Carl, I
managers
knew
for
you
me.
would. I was telling Tom about this last night. I was thinking you're going to go for Regal. I said, "Yeah, I'm glad you did because that was a good-
I actually
I'm upset
suggested
about that.
I suggested Regal to Glenn, and he said no. Carl should have him.
yeah." Because to be quite
So-
honest, you could use him better than I could. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, Regal's one of the best, but I just can't see him blending in my WWE. Even if I had him as a part-time wrestler. I just
Fair
don't know. So I felt like he'll be okay in AEW because he did quite well in real life in there. So I thought, let Carl keep him. He can do him.
I don't currently have John Moxley or Wheeler Yuta or any of that, but I do have Brian. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, Glenn, you're the only one with the second manager's pick then. So, your second manager.
It's your call, mate.
Oh my God. Well, I can always
You've
wait.
got two to pick from. It's your call, mate.
Don't forget,
Yeah,
we are doing the main draft again in January, which is only 5 months away. So, yeah.
Well, I don't have to worry too much because I'm glad you picked Regal, but I'm going to save that until another time. I think you can. I think there's a little hint to what Triple H said in that promo that he said about him saying cutting off
Yep, I
Stephanie.
know where you're going. Then.
So I'm going to pick her in. I know this is going to be I know this will be. I'm not sure if this will be part-time legal or not, but I need a legend in there to help my women's division. I'm taking China.
Oh my! Thank you for not picking who I thought you were gonna pick.
Did you think I was going to pick
I thought you were gonna
JJ?
pick my owner.
You can't pick Stephanie.
No, fuck that, man.
Didn't you? I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. You didn't specifically draft Stephanie, but yeah.
I didn't pick her. I just
you imagine
had
if
them
we full
say
on, like-
Stephanie is the owner.
Imagine if we follow
No.
the sci-fi universe.
No,
the time,
no,
like
no.
the time
Anybody-
machine. The time machine brings back young Stephanie.
Anybody got
the
any
old Stephanie
changes?
still exists. And,
Anybody got
No,
any
it's not
changes
gonna
to their
happen,
announced teams? Anybody got any
yeah,
changes to their
okay.
announced
Announced teams. I'm assuming JJ, you want to get rid of Lillian and bring in Tony
Guys,
Chimel.
just before.
Yeah,
before-
you know, just for the technicality of it. Yeah, Lillian Garcia's been released. We're gonna bring in Tony Chimel.
Okay.
Tony Chimel,
Glenn, is there anybody you changes you want to make to your announced team? Pick up
There's a
anybody
couple
else.
you could do, but we didn't talk about.
Pick up anybody else or
Just before we do that, what version of China am I going to be using? Basically, 99, 2000.
yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Black and silver.
As a manager, let's stress that.
Oh, she is going to be a manager, but at some point I might bring her into a part-time eventually.
Okay, but that's
She might-
that's
she-
again
she-
that's a
she's-
part time.
Yeah, you know.
Once in a
Think about
while, like
I
once
suppose,
a
we,
year.
I suppose we never clarified which era of Abyss you want. Do you want take it? You want just like peak TNA Abyss, or like
2006.
2006.
Oh yeah. Hang on, no. As for Abyss, I'm gonna go when he was in his prime in TNA, when he had a full mask cover, not when he had his mouth exposed.
Okay.
Wasn't much.
So
Okay.
like 2005 Abyss.
2000, yeah, when he was in his prime, from 2005 to roughly about, and he can swap his colors because my version of Abyss will look very unique.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
you can put him in pink if you want.
Oh, screw that. I'm not going to make my best like a bloody Game Monster from the LGB connection. That would be stupid.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right. So, yeah, that's it for. So again, anybody else want to make any changes to the announced teams before we get on to the random?
Hold on.
I'm
not sure. I've got Howard. I think I might be all right with my in-ring announcer as Howard Fagel. To be honest, I think I'll keep him.
Remember when we say announced, we mean the commentators as well.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the in-ring announcers at first, like because JJ did Tony Schiavone and I've got I was thinking.
Let's realise you've got Dewdrop, JJ. We've never seen her. I suppose that's just limited airtime on these things.
It's yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Also, she's come back.
Sorry, Piper.
You can have her as Piper now, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like that. Hang on a second. Originally, I was going to go for Originally,
What's
if I was
Kurt Angle? We've not seen much from.
No, where's he been?
No.
Not since WrestleMania when he had that rematch.
We might see him. It might depend on if he stays on my roster.
That's true.
Carl,
Just to clarify, I'm not putting announcers into the random wheel because that would be we're not JR in this.
No, and he's not
We're
going.
we're not drafting JR to SmackDown. No.
JR's going nowhere, guys. He ain't going back to AEW. He's staying right in my roster, man, where he belongs.
I'm just adding everybody's previous rosters. So just talk about yourselves.
Guys, just to give you an idea, I'm not replacing Howard Fagel, but I was at the time suggesting that
you can pick up extra people if you want.
You can pick up whoever you want.
Who was the guy in TNA? You know, the guy who did the in-ring announcements from 2005 and 6? You know, the guy who said...
Yeah, Dave Penzer.
No, that was Dave Penzer. No, that was Dave Penzer from WCW. I'm talking about the guy who...
Yeah, he was the same guy.
Same guy.
The guy, no, not that guy. The guy in Ring of Honor when he was in 2006 and 5.
The guy's in Ring of Honor now.
That'd be Bobby Cruz, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's hang on a minute. Let me just because I did type the guy in.
I swear you're thinking of Dave Penzer.
It's not. No, not him.
Hang
on. Let me have a look at this quick, guys. Just while I'm just doing this.
Okay. Well, just to explain, because I can't be bothered to go through and take out all the champions, I am putting them into this. But the champions, the champions are exempt from the wheel.
We'll just spin again if it hits.
If it's a champion, we'll spin again.
It just crossed my mind. I'm surprised you've gone for Chimmel rather than Samantha Irvin, JJ. Especially since you've got
but there's no AI of hers. So.
Guys,
it's because you've got
was.
It's because you know what? True. Like if I could pull off a good,
there's no AI
girl voice, I would, but
there's no
but
AI
I can't.
Becky Lynch either, but I found her.
No. Carl, guys, I found who it was I was referring to. I'm not sure if you guys know him, but he was a good Ring of Honor announcer at the time. Okay. And he is in my suggestion, but I'm not sure about replacing him for Howard Fagel, okay?
No, yeah.
His name was in Ring of Honor, his name was Bobby Cruz.
That's literally we said that.
I was thinking about having him perhaps.
That was the second name that we said.
No, you don't want to replace Howard Finkel with anybody really.
No, but he sounds good.
You have like the voice of wrestling announcements. Like,
but
the only person I'd even entertain. The only person I'd even entertain replacing Finkel with would be Michael Buffer.
Right. Sorry, people who are watching this on OBS who had a weird screen there while I did that. But so
I'm not sure. JR's staying in my commentary. I think Michael. I'm sorry, Tom, but I'm keeping Michael Hayes and Don West for the time being because I don't know who else to go with. Okay, so I think I think it's all going to stay.
You guys,
I did suggest somebody, but okay.
It's all right. It's all right, Tom. It doesn't really matter if that happens.
So you guys can see this wheel. Yes, it's very much. You can't really see names anymore, but I've added.
It's very small. My eyes are
colors, but
yes.
Are you keeping your announcers the same in AEW?
Yeah. I'm not changing anything. I was thinking about maybe picking up Kevin Kelly or something just for the secondary show, but
is everybody's roster on that wheel then?
Yes, I have added everybody on the roster, including the new.
Jesus Christ, that's so small. My eyes are going in.
Well, it'll don't worry, it'll pop up.
Hurt my eyes when you spin it.
It'll pop up when it says who got big. So, just explain for everybody again for people who have not been here or don't know. So the veto thing. What is going to happen now? We're going to spin the random wheel. And for one pick each, we are going to get somebody from somebody else's roster. Champions are exempt, so if it hits a champion, They don't get pit drafted. We spin again.
No.
We each have
God.
one veto to, if we land on somebody we really don't want to get rid of, we can stop somebody from taking it. That happened last time a couple of times. But you have one veto. So if it then spins again and it lands on somebody even worse, that happens.
That happens.
You could do nothing other than what happened. Then we go into the trades.
If we do veto somebody, that matters. That goes throughout the whole.
It doesn't land on them again. Yeah.
This is just the one pick for each one, okay? We're not doing like a series, not 3 or 4, just the
we
one.
did that last time. This is just the part draft, so we're doing it smaller. So
When we did that the last time, it was literally hating on JJ. Kept laying on Shawn Michaels like 3 times.
I hope I get better luck this year.
I'm hoping you do, JJ. I'm praying
Right.
you get some better luck.
So I'm bringing up the second wheel here, if everybody can see it.
I can see it very clearly. It's good quality on my end.
I'm realizing when I click on window on Discord, for me it says the stream is still running, so I'm glad I've got a copy of that on on my version. So hang on, I've messed up Discord. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spin, and we're going to decide on the order for this. I'm watching the exact same bloody order.
Oh, God, it's making my eyes twinge. That is.
Oh my god.
I am being
Glenn's going first again.
That's the time. I'm looking
This
this time.
is just fate, apparently. Yeah,
It's not
it's the same order. We just waste our time. Okay.
Now, okay, did we want to go reverse in this time? And Carl go first, and then,
Okay, just for the sake
Then me, then Glenn.
since it did it, we'll do it in reverse. So we're going to spin the wheel. If it lands on my person or it lands on a champion, we will spin again. Or if somebody chooses to veto. So
Guys, if
Let's see who you're going to get.
you will not see the little names, obviously, on your screens, guys, but I will.
Guys, if you get dizzy, just shut your eyes and look away, because this might make you dizzy.
Seriously, if you're epileptic, look away now.
If you're epileptic, look away now as we spin.
Sounds like you're sending an SOS
I
call.
feel like I'm hypnotised.
Oh no! Woo.
That's a champion.
That's your women's
champion.
That's a champion, so
Re-roll.
we have to spin again.
Reroll it, bro. That was terrible, JJ.
Oh man,
This
I don't like this. This is too much.
You're sweating like crazy. Not again.
No!
JJ, would you like it? Apparently, it really wanted that to happen. JJ, do you want to use your veto on the Usos?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, that hurt.
Double J.
That hurt.
I love how it almost happened, and then it
That
didn't
hurts
happen.
because the wheel could pick somebody worse.
First Roman Reigns loses the title, and now he's about to
Oh
lose the
no, the
Usos.
wheel's gonna pick somebody worse.
Bloodline's disintegrating.
No veto.
The Usos are going to AEW then.
Oh, look at Carl's face. He's
don't
worry.
We do obviously have the trades. This could change, but for now,
You have me over a barrel. I'll say that.
The
okay.
Usos are going to AEW.
Okay.
Oh no, that would be terrible. First Roman Reigns loses the title, another bloodline disintegrated. This couldn't get any worse.
I love how that always happened and then it didn't happen. That was the right. So we go. So JJ, let's see if you're going to have who I'm going to trade the Usos for.
Let's see.
Give me somebody good. Give me somebody good.
I thought trades were coming and go, oh no!
Hey!
Veto.
That's going to be terrible.
But I mean, it does. I mean, to be fair, if you get somebody good, it would be a good thing. You could then get the people you want back, right? So
It's just one more spin now, isn't it?
yeah, no. So no. JJ gets another spin because he didn't get anybody then. So
Hang on,
we're doing JJ spinning. No, he got Britt Baker, but I vetoed it.
Oh, right, okay.
But Britt Baker's got a title
That's
shot.
his people. So
That's me.
Your own teammate. Oh, Jesus, JJ, this Phantom Wheel's not liking you, is it?
Okay.
Well, it did give me a good pick. Carl just vetoed it.
No. Wait. Oh, it's okay.
Okay, Doug Williams. All right. My European connection is like
So,
really.
Glenn, do you want to use your veto on Doug Williams?
Oh, I'm going to be strictly honest. He was going to be on my next show, But I
Let's go.
think I might be
There's two.
considering. I'm considering it. I'm considering about wanting to keep Williams for a bit longer, but
Bingo.
Oh yeah, just for the sakes of obviously, because trades could really fuck things up. The people who get traded, we get one more show with them. You can introduce the new people if you want. Absolutely, you can introduce the new people.
But they have to finish out their
But the people,
contract.
but the people who you are trading for, things like that, people who weren't on the free agent list, we're going to get one more show before they have to leave. So you can, if it's somebody important, you could job them out on the way out or whatever,
or give them a nice send-off farewell
Oh,
thing.
You good?
Yeah,
You want
some-
to be nice?
Yours are the nice version of what I just said.
You know what?
So,
I might, you know
so
what?
Glenn,
Might have those-
are you using your veto to stop JJ from taking to Williams?
Well, I was thinking about keeping Doug Williams for a bit longer
Right,
because
but do you want to use your veto on Doug Williams? That's the question.
what I'm saying is I think it's time for Doug Williams to move on. I
Okay.
gave him a good run, but I think it's time.
JJ,
No veto then.
JJ, if you could write Doug Williams onto your roster.
It was tough because I
That
love Doug
was
Williams.
a lot worse than Britt Baker, but I had to use that veto.
But guess what? guys, if
no,
you'd
I
like me
get
to,
it, I get it.
guys, if you want me to,
I would have
Williams a
used
good
mine,
send-off.
but I was afraid that it would go to somebody even worse.
Okay.
So.
that's
Guys,
fair.
what I'll do is I'll
Well,
give
we've
Doug
now
Williams
got
on the last show.
Glenn's spin of the wheel. Let's do it.
Okay, I'll give Doug Williams a good send off on the next show.
Yeah,
if that's
yeah.
okay.
Let's see who we're getting. We might get his replacement
no,
here.
no, this is yours.
Oh wait.
Isn't
no,
it?
no, that's Jay.
We got really close there.
Yeah, I've used my veto, so.
Well,
Who's
no, I was
finished
gonna
this
have
Oh,
it.
AJ's a champion, so he wouldn't go
This is for
anyway.
Glenn.
This is also
Another one.
your
Oh,
people.
that's my own.
That's your
That's my
people
own.
again?
No,
Apparently wants to draft your people.
that's the frustrating thing about this wheel. That's what happened to JJ last time. Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
He's still doing
Again.
your people.
Again.
Hang on. Let me take off your
random.
people.
This random wheel is definitely not playing fair.
Actually, yeah,
with us.
that would be better. Yeah.
But where do your people start? There we go.
Like I said, what I'll do is I'll give
Right,
Doug Williams a good
Glenn,
send off.
I've taken your people, and then your first picks are there.
Guys, what I'll do is I'll do like a promo for Doug Williams, and then I'll give him a good send off.
Right, Glenn, I've taken your people off
Right,
the wheel.
right.
Let's do this.
Okay, this
Who are we
might
getting? Who are you getting?
work
Glenn?
out actually. What?
Who are you getting? I wonder. Let's see.
Oh, I'm getting the Street Profits, eh?
Glenn, JJ, you've still got your veto. JJ, you've still got your veto.
You can veto if you want, JJ.
I thought he used his veto, didn't he?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't used it. And don't.
No, I'm saving it for in case it hits another name.
Okay,
so
wow, you're just not gonna have any tag teams anymore, huh?
Wow, so I'm actually getting the Street
Man.
Profits,
So,
am I?
I'm going to put the Street Profits on Glenn's roster then.
You know what, Carl?
Yeah.
JJ, you know what?
That's
I
it.
could trade them back for you if you want.
Well,
Unless
we're
you have
gonna
anything
go-
into
Okay,
it.
that's it. That's the wood random wheel done.
maybe we'll see.
That was interesting, and it could have been a lot worse there. But thank God for them vetoes.
The stream's gone. I
Yeah,
didn't even have to use my veto at all. So I came off a lucky
no,
there.
he didn't. He did not land on yours, although when it was you. Now we're going
was
to
intrigued.
enter into the trade portion. This is where things can get really crazy. Now, let's just get this out of the way. JJ, I am willing to give you the Usos back, but it would have to be for something.
Okay.
Who do I want?
This has been a very intriguing draft, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
For those
like
of
I
who
said,
haven't
you
watched-
kind of have me over a barrel. You could have your pick
Okay,
just about.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Since we've clarified that I give it the Usos for Kurt Angle.
Ooh. Kurt Angle in AEW.
I was good. You got a deal.
Okay.
You got a deal. That's,
Ah,
that's
you're
quick and
gonna
easy. I was gonna keep him for leverage, but the
was
wheel
gonna
said
get-
no. So
I was considering getting Kurt, but now Carl's got him because I think I know what he's going to do now. He's going to give us the dream match I've wanted.
Is there an up-to-date list of roster anywhere so I can look over? No.
Yeah, I have got the ones that Glenn has just drafted, and then I've got the Street Profits. Yeah, let me post that to you. No, you've got it because you've written it down.
Oh yeah, of course. So I'm trying to come up with some trade ideas for him.
He says WBF.
I never. You know what's kind of funny? I actually predicted if I was to get the Street Profits, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, and I can't even talk like them. So I'm going to have to get JJ to do the lines if I'm going to do a promo with them or whatever the case may be.
Or trade them back to him, Glenn.
I could, but at the same time, I'm just thinking about it. I've given away Doug Williams because I'm going. What I'm going to do is first, I'm going to give him a nice send off and might cut a promo because he's currently.
Glenn, is there anybody you want for the WWF to give JJ the Street Profits back? Is there anybody you want that you think he would trade that for? Just to get out of the way of the random, just to if you want to undo the randos. I mean, it makes it much less fun, but it also doesn't fuck people's plans up. So.
Well, I'm looking right now at the moment. I can do this. Can I do the same with you as well, Carl? If you did anything.
I have a proposal for you.
Okay.
Oh, really? What sort?
Sucks because I kind of had a plan, but I really, honestly, I haven't used him to his potential. Drew McIntyre for the Street Profits?
I was just suggesting that to you, Glenn.
European Scotland?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
That's a no-brainer for me. That's a no-brainer for me, that.
Well, I do need a bit of Europeaning, maybe. Who knows what I could do? Maybe I'll,
You know what? Absolute no-brainer because I did suggest trying to get Drew off JJ, to be honest.
Yeah, I honestly, I was going to give him a bit of a push, but I have not used him at all.
You know something, guys? I'm thinking about it. Even though I'm not much of a Drew McIntyre fan, you know what?
I've got a storyline for him if you want one.
I might be fair on this, so I will take him. I'll see what I can do with him.
Okay.
You made yourself a deal.
Okay, so basically we're undoing the randos. That's fine.
I'm undoing the randos.
Yeah. Street Profits for
not massively, Carl, because effectively Glenn's rando pick was Drew McIntyre.
That's true. Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
Which is a better rando pick for him than the Street Profits because I just know how he would book that.
Who was your random person you got, JJ, again?
I got Doug Williams.
JJ got Doug Williams.
So, I mean, Glenn, you could come up with somebody to get Doug Williams back if you want, or are you okay with... You said it's time for it to move on, that's fine, okay.
I think, to be quite honest, Doug Williams did a great job in the first season, halfway through. So I think he's put enough work in. He's put enough work in the British circuit. So I've got others too who
you know, in the British circuit.
You know what I mean?
He made that
indie
company.
In my company, he did a good job. So I feel like
Okay.
I was considering giving him a charge.
Now we're just going to open the floor to free trades. Let's just do this.
What about you, Carl? Have you got anyone to trade for me or JJ?
Yeah.
I've got a couple of trades for you both.
I've got an idea, Glenn. I want to shoot something at you real quick.
Oh.
I'm kind of looking at somebody particular. Would you be willing to take Doug Williams back in exchange for Otis?
Oh, you mean you want me to split up heavy machinery? Do you?
Yeah.
You'd be stuck with
you can keep Tucker. You can keep Tucker and do whatever you want with Tucker.
Well, you might be shocked, but I've got them ready for my next show because I'm booking them in for a rematch.
I got you.
But what I'm going to do is...
Well, I mean, but don't forget, if you trade them, you could have one more show with them to write them out.
You can, yeah. I'm willing to let you...
You know something? You know what I'm just thinking of? I was thinking about trading Otis for somebody else for your roster if you wanted.
Okay.
But I
I
was thinking about splitting them up because one of them would have turned. But I am keeping Tucker for some funny reason. For some reason, I am.
So you don't want to trade him for Doug Williams? Who will you trade him for?
Well, I might consider
leaving. Let me see if I can come up with something for you.
Can I have a look at you guys' rosters to see what you got? Can I have a look at some of your rosters and see which?
I'm looking at JJ's roster now.
I'm just looking too. I'm trying to see what order they're in because there's just so many names to pick, which could be pretty good. I'm thinking about this now.
Okay.
That could work.
I'm trying to think of someone from.
I've got an idea. If you want me to, if you want to let me propose it, Glenn, you can tell me to shut up if you want.
It's okay. I would never say that to a fellow Brummie like you, man. Honestly.
Looking. What about? Because I know what you were thinking. How attached are you to Doudrop, JJ.
Oh, okay.
You know, I like her as a talent, but like Carl said earlier, I've not used her, and that's a shame.
You know what?
So-
Because
I've just figured out something, Tom. You know what?
we could repackage her as Viper.
You absolutely could. And that
I'm
wouldn't- it
happy to
wouldn't fuck
keep
up
her as
any
that way.
kayfabe.
You know what, guys? You know something? I've got an idea. I'll trade Odious for that woman.
Otis for Doudrop.
One
Okay,
big-
deal.
for a big dude for a big girl makes sense. Yeah, I need my
If you,
division.
if you book Viper the way she should have been booked in WWE, you've got yourself a female Andre the Giant there.
Don't worry, I'm not going to book her like Andre. I'm going to make her like she could wrestle like Samoa Joe would.
Glenn.
Yeah, you could turn her into your top person.
Glenn.
That could work, actually. Thanks for that, JJ.
No problem.
Glenn. Okay.
Yes, Carl.
So
I've got a few trades for you.
I want Sasha Banks.
I had a feeling
So,
you were going to think.
so here's my proposition. I will give you Awesome Kong for Sasha Banks.
We
You
don't.
know something?
Glenn,
You know
don't,
something,
don't
Carl?
panic on that. You don't.
You want
necessarily
Sasha
wanna do
Banks?
that.
I know you do, but
Oh.
unfortunately, I ain't taking Awesome Kong. She's not going to
Okay.
fit well in my roster.
Okay. Instead of Awesome Kong, this was my backup. This was my trump card of somebody I'm willing to get rid of that I think you'll want.
Yes.
Sting for Sasha Banks.
A legend for Sasha Banks.
Good.
me give-
It's a good
give me a
offer,
few
but I'm
seconds.
not so sure. I'm not so sure he fits with what you're doing.
I wasn't sure about having Sting.
Wow.
No,
I've got
don't
someone
necessarily.
for you.
Wow.
Before I do this, I have got something for you, Carl. I have got someone for you, Carl, in trading. Okay.
Okay, well, let's do one at a time and then worry about next.
Just saying, but-
Since he's a legend, that means we could change where in time he exists.
I
from.
didn't draft him as a legend. I drafted him as modern day Sting.
He's down on your legends.
Oh, is he
list
down on
now.
my legend?
No,
Yes.
no, you did legend, yeah.
Yes, you're
He's
right.
down as a legend.
You're right. I did draft him as a legend. I apologise. Because he came in as Crow Sting, didn't he, from like 97, 98 Sting? Okay,
WCW Sting.
yeah. You're right. I did use WCW Sting. Yeah, he is a legend there.
Glenn, Blade Runners.
Yeah, you know what?
Throwing
I'm
it out
thinking-
there.
I've got a better idea, Glenn.
If I took Sting, I could always revert him back to his Surfer Blondie when he was very popular back in the day.
I've
I'm
got a
thinking
different.
about this.
I've got a different idea, Glenn. But it's your call at the end of the day.
Thinking,
Because
I'm
you're trying to pick up European people for your European division, and Carl's sitting there with Pac.
I was thinking about the man that Gravity forgot. but
I would be willing to trade Pac.
actually,
I
let me have a
don't.
look.
I don't think Pac is a big enough name for Sasha. Is the only thing.
Carl, I'm looking on your roster. You know something? I might actually consider taking it, but I was actually gonna. Spoiler alert. I was thinking about giving Sasha Banks the gold run to beat Bailey at the next event, but as much as you and I both love Sasha Banks, 'cause I love her because she was the best NXT in the division. We both loved her for that. It's tough, but you know something? I might consider your deal. I might take Sting and bring him in.
Are you saying yes to Sting for
Mike?
Sasha Banks?
I'm
to you, man.
suggesting. I'm bring. You know what? I might bring in Sting. Yeah.
Okay, no. You can't say might. You've got to
You
say
need a
yes
definitive
or no.
on
It's like, yeah, I am, but I've got something in return to trade for you as well.
Okay, but let's
Return.
finish this.
You're giving
trade
him
first.
Sasha. You're giving him
Let's-
Sasha.
Let's
You're giving him
finish
this.
Sasha for Sting.
Are you doing it? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm just trying to say in my own words,
Okay.
you got yourself a deal. I had to do that with Undertaker and Liger that one time once, and now you've done it with Sting. I never thought you would do it, pal. But I can do something with Sting. And who knows, I could swap him back.
There's a lot you could do for. There's a lot you can come up with for Sting. I've got a few ideas already.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is-
he's still going to stay his Crow for the time being, but I could always bring
Carl,
him
I
back
gotta-
to one day.
I got a trade for you, not quite as big as that one, but I think this is a respectable offer. I've done the one thing I wanted to do with her. What do we think? Beth Phoenix for Shayna Baszler?
Deal.
Okay, Carl, I've got something to trade for you in return, and I'm actually going to.
Okay.
Originally, it was going to be Sasha Banks for another woman originally, but since she's gone early, I've got someone else for you instead. I'm going to take if you like.
You're going to take. It's a proposal.
No, I was going to take Sasha Banks next for this for another diva for your own, another woman. Sorry. Oh God, I really need some of your AEW ones badly, and there's 2 of them right now. I was originally I'm split between the 2 of them.
I will not give up Becky Lynch because she is my current world champion.
No, Becky Lynch ain't coming to my AEW. You can keep her, man. Honestly, I have no intentions.
All right, okay, cool. I've pissed you off for the Sports Entertainment Society angle.
Oh, WWE doesn't welcome that whole thing. We're pro, bro. We're not like
You don't
that
have
for
to
sure.
use that version of it, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, she got booed even worse.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Okay, I'm stuck between
Nice to
the 2
know
of
I'm
them.
doing my job because when I first brought her in, you were like, "Oh, poor Becky, I really like Becky," and now I've made her a heel. You're like, "Fuck Becky." And nice to know you. Nice to know
I've got one. If you'll let me.
What was the one that you wanted to propose to me, Glenn? Before
I was gonna propose originally for Sasha Banks for another woman, but instead I've got Sting instead. So here's my other one. So from your roster, I'm gonna trade a light Aaliyah for one of yours. I'm thinking about taking either. Help me with this one because I'm stuck between the 2 on your roster. Either I'd like her to trade for either Rio or Penelope Ford. One of the 2.
I'll give you a Riho for Aaliyah.
Oh really? I thought. Wow. Okay. Because I thought you would go for Penelope Ford originally, but yeah, Rio's definitely would make a nice fit. So yeah, you got yourself a deal.
Penelope Ford might have been a better pick, but
maybe in the next draft, maybe in the winter draft.
Okay, take your pick. Which do you want, Penelope Ford or Riho? I'll give you either.
Because Penelope Ford,
she's a former champion in this universe. You got to take that.
Rio's a former champion.
Which do you want? Do you want Riho or do you want Penelope Ford? It's up to you. You can have either.
I was just going to say because
you can have either.
I think I might save one for the next time, so I'm going to take Rio first because I did like her a lot first before Penelope Ford won that belt. Remember when I got over at that point?
Okay, cool.
I'm taking Rio.
Let me just.
Can I do the offer that I'm thinking of, Glenn?
Yeah.
Do you want me to try and do it? Because I do think we want to try and get hold of Pac if we can.
I'm not sure about Pac at this point. Still, I really
you can make a Adrian Neville again if you want.
I'm not sure actually. I'm just thinking about it, but I was thinking of all the cruiserweights he had in your roster.
So,
about
is there anybody you'd entertain?
Cesaro.
Oh, that's too much. We can't get rid of Cesaro, not yet.
No, because I've got him and Sheamus as a tag team. Remember? I've got a tag team.
Yeah, but you could still split them.
If somebody you really want from me, I do want Cesaro. I will throw that out there.
I think we can do more with Cesaro at the moment, but
okay.
I'm not sure about it yet.
Changing up the genders a little bit, I suppose. I'll give you Pac for Ember Moon.
Sorry, Carl. Ember Moon is not leaving my roster. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm building her up still.
In that case, I'll give you Pac for Mandy Rose.
I was going to suggest Mandy Rose because I don't think we can do much with.
Sorry, that's not happening either because I'm keeping Mandy Rose.
Or my final person I'm willing to offer it for, Pac for Keith Lee.
I'm sorry. No, hang on. No, just have you forgotten?
And he's a champion. We can't do a champion, can we?
He is a champion. Champion. Yeah. I mean, you can trade champions, but you will have to get the belt off them at your next show. Like, that's what we're saying. You could write them out. So there's no reason you could not trade champions. Champions can be traded, but you can't keep the belt on them going to another show.
Mandy Rose was a good offer because you've got too many upper talent women now. Mandy Rose you've got too. If he
doesn't want Pac, he doesn't want Pac.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, Carl. I'm sorry. I'm not giving away Mandy Rose either. Sorry, pal. She's staying. And Keith Lee's definitely not going to go anywhere because I don't want to lose my favourite dude, man, honestly.
About JJ, have you got anything that you want to...
Oh, shoot, I just forgot.
I tell you what, I have a pretty big offer that I don't know what I'm going to get out of this. I would absolutely love. I give you, Shawn Michaels, and I get Bryan Danielson.
Oh! What do you think, Carl? You don't want to do
I've just started using Brian properly. I can't do it. Sorry.
You don't want to do another Montreal screw job,
Unfortunately
do you?
not. Unfortunately not. As much as I'd love to have Sean, not for Brian. Brian, I've literally just started. I've literally just started a main event program with him.
I've got another idea, Glenn.
Well, Glenn, if you want to reunite DX,
JJ, I've got one for you in return, and I'm actually going to think about this one. Actually, it's a tough one. I could pick it for a legend if you wanted, since Carl did it with his. I'm having a look at my roster right now. Oh boy, this is a damn tough one. It's tough for me, but
I've got an idea, Glenn. I'll send it in the box because
I was just thinking, since I'm going to split Heavy Machinery up eventually, like I said, I'll keep Tucker because I could do something with him if I wanted to. However, though, I'm going to draft you someone for a legend. I'm having a look at my roster right now.
what about that?
I don't have any intentions of bringing HBK in. You can be thankful for that, JJ.
You don't want Sean. Well, no, JJ's trying to give away Sean.
I don't think. No, Shawn Michaels wouldn't fit too much. I don't think. I'm not going to have him backstage politicking in my room. Okay. I'm not going to let him have it all be himself like he did 96 to 97. Okay, ain't happening.
He wouldn't necessarily be 96, 97 because he's down as a legend. You could alter him to be 2006 DX. You could bring him in as 2006 DX.
So far, you've used him as like modern day Sean.
I've used him as NXT general manager, Sean. Honestly.
Okay.
We could bring him in as DX Sean if you wanted to, Glenn.
You know, I'm thinking about it, but guess what, JJ? I'm having a look at this roster right now. This is a big one. I'm actually drafting another one of my women away.
Okay. If they accept
it. I thought about her for a long while, but unfortunately, I didn't do too much. I tried so hard, but it wasn't working out as I thought it was. I'll trade you Nikki Ash for Kevin Nash.
That rhymes.
And
intriguing. Not gonna lie, that's intriguing.
If you give him back, I can bring him back as Big Daddy Cool Diesel when he's prime.
Well.
Nash was drafted as a manager.
Yeah, I have him as a manager. So.
We don't want him to do it, Glenn.
But I mean,
but
based on what we said earlier, you could bring him in as Diesel as a manager, but then he occasionally wrestles. You could do that, yeah.
It would have to be a once in a. It could not be every time, and it would have to be.
Oh no, when he does
once in a while. Because I had him wrestle at WrestleMania as a special one time, like.
Oh, I could draft him back for another legend if he wanted to.
Or if you want in the draft, you can transfer him over and
I could bring him back in his prime, but if I have him, I could bring him back as Vinny Vegas in WCW.
I tell you what, I kind of don't have the plans for Nash that I thought I might.
I think I just broke Carl on the footage.
You can do with him whatever you want.
That's so funny.
Kevin Nash for Nikki Cross.
Oh, I'm not bringing that stupid.
Oh wait, okay, that deal's accepted.
All right, okay, I can have him as my bodyguard.
Nash for Ash.
Nash for Ash. It makes a good rhyme. That's a good rhyme. I was desperate.
So it is Nikki Cross, right?
You can bring her back.
Yeah.
For Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. He's not going to be called. He's not going to
be as primarily a manager.
Yeah, but the thing is, he'll be my bodyguard, so he'll come out with me if I'm cutting promos. So at least I got.
You can use him like that, yeah.
Like a 911.
Heck, I even met him.
Well, 911 in ECW was doing that role. He was basically Diesel, wasn't he? Like
for a while when he came into WWE, well, for a little bit. But I can bring him back if he wants to wrestle. I could make him champion if I wanted to.
You couldn't.
Well, I could always keep Diesel comfy so he won't change his quality.
Do you want Riddle?
No.
Nobody wants Riddle.
Sorry.
Okay.
No. Unless I'll take him for Doug Williams.
Hey, do you want Doug Williams, Carl? Well, perhaps, maybe have some British flavour in your roster, maybe.
Nah.
Oh dear.
I'm good.
Oh, not much of an English talent now, are you?
Does anybody want Io Sky?
No, I
Probably don't know who she is, do you, Glenn?
Io
Heard the
Shirai,
name.
Io Sky.
I have Asuka, so I'm.
I would
sure.
try. I would. Yeah. I would be willing
Do
to
you
train
want-
Io Sky.
Do you one Japanese over another? Hey, makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like either putting them together or having them go against each other.
Yeah,
type of thing.
yeah, that's true. So you want to do it for somebody else, probably.
Let me see here.
Doesn't have to be for another woman. To be fair,
Right.
I think I've built. Hey, Tom, just to let you know, do you think I've built up quite enough from my women's division at this point? Does it look all right?
Well, I mean, she's in a team on current day TV with Bailey, so you could do something there. But
Just think.
I've lost
Just think.
I've lost track of who's still on the roster, to be honest. So I don't know who we've got to offer.
I can always do my women's division after I got the new.
just to
Wrestling.
recap, because I've been writing down the trades. WWE women wise
I got them in the chat as well.
have lost.
Do
WWE
we
women
still have a link?
WWE now have Doudrop.
Yeah.
She was one of my original picks, by the way, and she was actually my third pick when we did it in January.
WWE have given up Sasha Banks and Aaliyah, and Nikki Cross, Nikki ASH. All three of those have gone for the.
Dang, you guys need.
If you were to entertain sending Io Sky to WWE, what would you be looking for, Carl? We've got a few loose ends, but I don't know. Again, I'm making off that Glenn's got to veto them.
The people I want from WWE are Cesaro, Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, or Keith Lee.
They never get. I'm not gonna give. I'm not giving away those three of them. Zara might stay for a while, but I'm not considering.
From my perspective, I think we could do more with Io Sky than Mandy. But I know you seem devoted to her, so
Okay, it's fair.
She was good.
It's up to you.
JJ, did you come up with something for Io Sky?
I was looking also through the WWA roster as well.
Did it have to be women?
No, I mean we could trade whatever we want.
No.
I was thinking.
No, we've
Glenn,
specifically gone all out.
Glenn, veto me if you want. What about Io Sky for Bobby Roode?
Well, I didn't do much with Bobby Roode, even though I loved him to death in NXT and Glorious.
Because the Bobby Roode you've got is current Bobby Roode, who is in his mid-40s and
not being used. Yeah,
and it's not being used anywhere. So we could have Io Sky do something with her and Bailey.
Yeah, I feel absolutely gutted about giving Roode away if I wanted to, because I really had something for him.
JJ, do you have a counter offer for Io Sky?
I'm thinking about it. Actually, I'm thinking about hoping to.
Yes, but I was also thinking so.
Oh man,
It's up to you.
My counter offer to you would be
if you want to confirm what
Alexa
I'm
Bliss.
saying, Glenn.
oh hang on, you said something about Alexa Bliss, JJ.
Alexa-
first,
my
right?
counter offer to Carl would be Alexa Bliss or WWA. If you want Alexa Bliss, I will also.
I have no intention of Alexa
I
Bliss.
will take Io Sky for Alexa Bliss.
Do you know something? I'm thinking about, now that I think about it, as much as I'd love to keep Bobby Roode, I did promise I was going to bring him in as one of my top heels in the mid-card division. So I'm actually, I hate to say this, man, I might give up the Glorious.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Carl's picked JJ's offer, so
I'm going to go one last time with JJ.
Is anybody interested in Bob? Since I've convinced him to let Bobby Roode go, does anybody want Bobby Roode?
He's up in the air. Who wants him out of you two guys? I'm actually considering giving him away.
Do you
Sorry,
want
man.
Doug Williams back? I'll do Doug Williams for Bobby Roode.
Do you want to keep Doug?
A Brit versus
You built him up. I mean, you have built him up. He's been on your TV, a lot more than Roode has.
Well,
I mean, Doug fits in with the storyline I'm writing.
you know something? Now that I think about it, maybe I won't have to lose my favourite British legend after all. You know what? You just made yourself a double deal. Doug Williams, don't forget about packing your bags. You're coming back home.
We have,
Sorry,
we
Bobby
have,
Roode.
we have just done a
First
full.
one.
We have just done a full WB and just made the random wheel completely pointless. But oh well.
Yeah. The thing is, like
Well,
I said, Bobby Roode absolutely had
because we've
nothing when
ended up
Braun
with
beat
people.
him.
That's true. We have. It has changed things to make it so that we got.
Oh
people
yeah,
we wanted.
because I've had to trade you guys that I maybe wasn't planning
what?
on.
to get
guys,
yours guys
yeah.
back. Yeah, that's fair.
Guys, show what I can do now on my next show, A Night of Astonishment. What I can do is do like a bit of a nice send off for some of the guys like Rude and whatnot, and they can either go home as winners or losers or whatever the facts. But you know, I like me being respectful. I might give them the victory and a nice little send off. You know what I mean? Send them off in a good glory, not with their shoulders on the back.
People we can do like the Oscars. People we have lost this year. Bobby Roode. You never met him.
No, not that they didn't die or whatever, like we did with Kevin Owens' pre-death promo, which we did on JJ. Remember when you did a joke on that, Tom?
Glenn,
yeah,
Glenn, I got a crazy offer for you.
Yeah, would you like to have Bobby Roode though, JJ?
Well, yeah, no, I already
We've done
accepted.
it. We've done that.
All
We've
right.
got Doug Williams back.
All right. First draft gone. He's back. All right.
What
do you think of Shawn Michaels? You could reunite DX.
He doesn't want
And-
to, do you?
I'm not sure about Michael
He
still,
wants
honestly.
to?
You don't want Shawn Michaels. This is
The greatest
I-
in-ring
I-
wrestler
JJ,
of all time.
JJ, if you,
Shawn Michaels.
JJ, I personally would take Shawn Michaels, but Glenn has got this weird thing where if they did something wrong in 2007, he hates them and he won't let them be on the
thing
show.
Is, do you want to know why I can't have Shawn?
You've got Hulk Hogan on your show and the Ultimate
Listen.
Warrior.
He's got people on a permanent veto list because they've got
Listen.
3 parking tickets, Carl. So
Listen, guys, if I don't want the reason why I don't want Shawn is because what if he runs into Undertaker? You know the backstage.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it
fair
would be a 5-star match. That's what would
it'd be a
happen.
great
Right.
match. I love
Okay.
Shawn.
Let's turn it around. Then.
Guys,
Let's
if Shawn Michaels does something stupid, Taker will tape his fist backstage like he did at WrestleMania 40 and beat the shit out
I'm
of
sure
Shawn.
he will. Okay, let's go the other way then.
Oh God.
Would you be willing to part with Triple H?
Well, Tom suggests I have something good with Triple H at the moment because he's targeting the
You
younger
do,
audience.
you do, and that's why I didn't want to say that because you do.
And
have
Carl
something.
likes to say he's dirt sheet Triple H, and I'm liking what I'm doing with Triple H. So I'm.
You said, but is there somebody
Fair
you
enough.
want from the WWF that you would be give up Triple H for?
I'm looking at his roster now to see if there's anything I
Me
would go
too.
with.
Hang on a second. Would you be willing to give up? Oh no. You know what? I'm not gonna have. I ain't taking Mr. John Cena because no super shit.
I've got a crazy one, Glenn, but I know he's not going to do it.
I'm looking.
Can I suggest it?
I mean, I want to hear it. I'll say no, but let me hear it.
He's not gonna. You're not gonna let us have the Rock, are you?
Would you? Would you bring the great one to?
I can't yet.
Would you
Hang
do the
on.
Rock?
You've just started doing that build, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep Rock for a little longer. Joe, here's a suggestion for you.
You,
Looking
you,
at my
you,
roster.
Good offer. I will
well,
say
you
that's
mean
a
you
good
don't
offer.
fancy Rock
That's a
and
good
Hogan?
offer that I got to think about, but
What if I gave
No
Cesaro?
dice.
I'm thinking about giving Cesaro away, like you just said. Here's a suggestion: if I split the bar up, maybe I could get rid of the Swiss Superman, perhaps.
Okay.
But what if I give?
Who do we want to call for that?
No,
though?
for Cesaro, no, listen. What if I give Cesaro to JJ back? What if I give? Like he gave me Sheamus that one time. So here's a trade for you. This is going to be my last one, okay? Until the winter draft. What if I give perhaps Cesaro in exchange for maybe I don't know? Because I do need a bit of AEW originals. What if I actually trade Cesaro for Hangman Adam Page?
He's at WWE. He's in WWF.
Yeah, what? Oh,
Isn't he?
JJ's gone now. What if I trade Cesaro for Hangman Adam Page and CM Punk won't have to put up any more BS with him in the backstage?
sorry. That Cesaro for Hangman, was that the offer?
Ah, dang it! I was
I
saying so. You had-
want Cesaro. JJ doesn't. So
Oh,
it's,
so I'm
I
sorry
know.
for-
It's not even that I don't want him. I just not for Hangman. Sorry.
Okay, let me keep looking. Okay, so, right then, Carl, I'll go back to you again. This will be my last one. I might split up the bar for this if they don't win the tag belts because they are entitled to beat to challenge. On my next show. What if I trade you Cesaro for in your roster right now? What if I actually would have split one of your teams up? let's say, I don't know, perhaps I could,
I've
you know
got
what,
two ideas.
you know what, or tag team or whatever, I might give, yeah, let me rephrase that. If I actually give you Cesaro in exchange for either other members of Jurassic Express or maybe for Penelope Ford again.
I would give you Penelope Ford for Cesaro.
I would-
Absolutely.
Don't drop Cesaro for that. That's not a good offer.
Or
The
could
whole
I-
of Jurassic Express, maybe.
Express, I could split them up because I was thinking about getting Luchasaurus because I like him.
I would give you Luchasaurus for Cesaro.
Perhaps maybe because I could think of perhaps maybe because he's a masked dude. I'm thinking I've got a couple of
Out
other
of
masked
all of
boys.
Jurassic Express, I can do so much with Jack Perry.
AKA Jungle Boy, you mean?
You
Yeah,
want,
I can do so much with Jack Perry.
I'm thinking about taking Luchasaurus maybe.
I'll give you both for Jurassic Express for Cesaro.
Oh really? Are you
I
sure?
can-
Ooh.
You sure about that, Carl? You
It's
know
going to
what,
be
man?
tough to lose Cesaro, but I can do something with Jack
Now that I
Perry.
think about it, since Rey Mysterio and Ricochet are the tag champs and they're cruiserweights, and Jungle Boy is so crazy with his, you know what? Maybe he could be a match for Ricochet in the high flying. So, you know something? I think you might cut yourself
That's
a
not the
deal.
storyline I had for him, but
Keep,
we do
you know
that?
what? Keep Penelope Ford for until the winter because I was thinking of having her, but you could do something with her maybe. Maybe you could give the belt back to her.
So
You
what's
got
the
yourself a
trade again?
deal.
I think
Cesaro-
we've
Claudio Castagnoli for
Yeah,
for
the tag
Jurassic
team,
Express.
we just let Claudio go for Jurassic Express.
it's okay because you know I did well with
Well,
Cesaro. He
don't
did.
forget, I did just give Jack an amazing shine on my pay-per-view. He looked incredible in that match with Liger, so and he looked like he was starting a big push there. So.
I think to be fair, I
Like for saying how good I made Jack Perry look in that last pay-per-view.
yeah
You know,
Made him look like a
I've
million
got
bucks. I
I've
just
got
thought
plans
maybe
for him.
that,
I've
just-
got plans for him, but I didn't think we'd be throwing Cesaro like that. But I
Well,
suppose
I just thought Cesaro had a good run, but maybe perhaps it's time. Maybe he could go back to his, because Carl could do
Glenn.
much better with him.
we sidetracked a little bit. JJ was trying to buy Triple H.
Yeah,
we should
but I
we,
felt
we,
like,
we should at least let him offer.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not-
just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out who I could give and not
I've already done my last bit. I've already
not hate myself for it.
Yeah, but it's like I say, if the offer's right, we should think about taking it
Yeah.
because
I've
we can
already done my
do
last
so much.
one with Carl, so you can have that.
I tell you what. This is why not offer it? I haven't done a whole lot with her. You maybe need a little help with the women's division. Charlotte Flair.
Oh,
did you just draft Rick?
You just drafted her dad.
Oh, yeah, but okay, I'll throw him in the package as well. You can have Ric Flair as a manager.
oh, Jesus! Oh,
yeah.
dear God. Why have
Rick
you
is
tried
not-
my
that's
roster? You
not
could have
bad.
tried my roster
That's not a
insane.
bad offer. That's not a bad offer. We don't get Ric Flair in the ring, but we do get Charlotte with Ric Flair promos. That's not
Oh
a
my
bad
God.
idea. That's
He's
not a
gonna
bad
go
offer.
crazy backstage, and Hogan won't
It's
stand the
not a bad
fact.
offer, and I know how to
This has
and I
been
know
a
how to
crazy
work
amount of
Triple H.
trading. There are people who have changed rosters that I did not expect to change rosters.
Think, guys, if
And I
had
know how
Charlotte
we could
Flair and
write Triple
Flair,
H
Hogan's
down.
going to go banging on with the two of them. He's going to try and bang Charlotte Flair for God's sake. You know what he's like with backstaging, and he hates Ric Flair.
What do you reckon?
Well, I had a.
Think
Oh,
we could
God.
do
Let
it?
me. Guys, I want you to think about that because I have one last kind of crazy offer to Carl, and that
Okay.
might depend if I accept this trade. So, Carl, let me
Thinking about it now.
go on
Oh,
the other
man.
side and say, I'm willing to give you Shawn Michaels. Would you be willing to part with AJ or Kenny?
Wait, AJ's got the belt though. He's the current. Oh wait, no, he hasn't. No, he's.
No, he is the
yeah.
current TNT champion.
Yeah, and I'm willing to let you keep him, to drop the belt or whatever you want to do.
AJ, no. I see Kenny.
Oh.
The thing is with Kenny is I just drafted Kota Ibushi.
I know I know you just drafted his guys. Clearly, you have a plan.
I can't let go of those guys. I've got to come back to me in January.
Fair enough.
You know something? I'm just thinking. I think I'm happy with the trades I've got now. But like I said before, man, I think we'll be all right with it. For a Charlotte
Would be
Flair and
very
Flair,
good for our roster. Charlotte Flair with Ric Flair would be good for our roster, but you you like what you're doing with Triple H, and you did just draft China for him.
The thing is, like I said before, if I had just imagine if Ric Flair was in, he'd be burying the guys even worse than Triple H.
I personally think there's a good offer there. That's a good offer there.
Do we think we are done here?
It's
Oh, Glenn's quit.
Yeah.
Also, I just realised, folks, I apologise. When I closed the wheel, the resolution went a bit weird. I'll try and fix that in the edit, but I fixed it now.
if it was my call, I'd take that. But I'm just one of the writers.
If
So.
he doesn't want Charlotte,
It's his call. It's Glenn's call.
I'm just not so sure with this. Like I said, he'd be burying the talent worse than Triple H is doing at the minute. I'm just so stacked. I think my roster is too stacked now, I think, for the time being. So I might consider you keeping them just for a little bit, okay? Because
Plus, it'd be funny for Stephanie to be signing Triple H back.
it would, because he just got divorced live on air, if you remember.
I've
I
got
think I
one
might be-
more.
Carl, I'm done with my trades for you, so you're done, okay? You can have Clark Cassidy back.
oh, yeah, we've done that one, yeah. For Jurassic
It's
Express.
official. I'll split them up afterwards, eventually. But for now, let them have the run with the tag team division. Let's see if they can really make my division look good, okay?
Is there anyone else on there though that's worth?
You got one more? Should we just do one more for JJ?
JJ was about.
Well, he's
JJ was
Glenn's-
about. JJ
he's
was about to
trying
say.
to.
JJ was about to say.
He wants
Yeah,
Triple H off us. He wants Triple H off us.
I'm just trying to consider who's on the AEW roster or the
I think
AEW, the
They
WWE
give you the
roster.
Street Profits back.
He's already done that.
We did the
Yeah,
Street
I have,
Profits ages
I
ago.
have them back.
Okay. Because I didn't know if I did or not, though. Oh, man.
I'll
Woodworth.
throw this out there. What the hell? Charlotte for Randy Orton.
Oh, man. Oh,
I did.
that's tough.
I did suggest Randy as sacrificial. Does Charlotte still come with Ric Flair attached?
Or I tell you what, if you want, I feel like you're gonna say no, but if you want to do Charlotte and Rick for Damian Priest, that's a deal.
Oh, wow. I was thinking about that.
I mean,
I'll give both of them up for Priest.
Well, I'm thinking about keeping Priest a little long because if I
What
bring him
about
back,
Randy?
I could
What
team up
about
with
Randy?
someone.
because I don't know what we could do with Orton. We could lose with Orton.
Yeah, I'm keeping on because at the moment I was thinking about bringing him back in because he's injured at this point. He's been, after what Kane did to him in that Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If we let him go, we could bring Charlotte in, and immediately you've got a challenger for Bayley.
Oh, this is so tough, man. Really
And
tough.
It is.
To me, it's a no-brainer. But
I'm still looking at my roster.
I've been
I feel
accused
like I
of
got-
having no brain several times in the past. So
How about oh yeah, you're right. How about oh my lord, I
think-
really am trying to give you a hand here, Carl.
I think Orton's the way to go, Glenn.
Just looking on my roster, oh my god, this is so tough, man. Because I really had something in mind for Orton, and I still think I can. Oh man,
We
this
can
is
do
gonna be too tough.
what we were planning to do with Orton, though. I think we can do with some of the guys we picked up. Remember,
Because
we did just a quiet thing.
Because I was gonna do something with him and Kane at the time. Because when he came back, because that's who he was gonna feud with because of the whole betrayal.
We could do the same thing with Sting, though. We've just acquired Sting.
Oh, okay, all right. You know something. JJ, as much as tough as this was, I mean, it was tough for me to get rid of Bobby Roode. But you know something? Because originally I was going to have, many feuds for Orton. I was going to have him and Samoa Joe, Balor, and all the other guys. You know what I'm saying? The dream matches he would have had. Oh, man. Or even have a rematch with Brock Lesnar for some funny reason, because I had something in mind for that, because they're the two youngest champs. You know something? Oh, man, this is so tough, because I was thinking about bringing an Evolution reunion. But what I'll do instead, you know what? I think
I mean, if
now
you
that
want
I
to
think
suggest somebody else,
I'd like to give people equal opportunities. That's all. It's just that now I think about it, now that I look back on the whole stuff thing now, Orton's basically been chokeslammed to near death by Kane. So who knows? Maybe I unknowingly writ him off so he could go back to elsewhere. Who knows? So you know what? As much as I hate to say it, now that I come to think about it, I think it's a fair thing. I might trade you for Randy Orton, bring him back to WWE. But if you're going to use Orton,
the trade is Randy Orton for Charlotte. Andrew Flair.
I might trade you. I might trade you then, but like I said, I won't keep Charlotte for long. But for now,
is Ric Flair part of the package? Because I think he's a key part of it.
I don't think he wants it by himself.
You know something, JJ, I will do that for the time being, but I won't keep Charlotte Flair on my roster for too long. But for now, let's see what she can do with Ric Flair in. Although I don't know how bad I'm going to be as Flair to do with even turn potato as him. Oh my god, my locker room's just become more toxic than ever. You know what? I'll let you take the youngest world champion history.
Are we done with the trades?
But yeah, for now, I'll give Charlotte Flair another time, but for now, she can come to my roster and see what happens.
All right. Well, so just to recap everybody then. The changes from the trades are the Usos were traded for Kurt Angle. That was me and JJ. The Street Profits were traded for Drew McIntyre. That was JJ taking the Street Profits back, giving Glenn Drew McIntyre. Otis was traded for Doudrop. So Otis is now in the WWF. Otis is now in the WWF and Doudrop is now in the WWE. Sting was traded for the former Sasha Banks, now to be called Mercedes Moné. AEW to WWE.
Are you calling her Sasha Banks still, though?
No, she's going to be Mercedes Moné.
Oh, shit. I thought you were going to call her Sasha Banks while I let you go, not to change her name for illegal reasons.
No, I have to. You want to deal with the WWF, I don't.
I see.
That's my account. Beth Phoenix for Shayna Baszler, that was me and JJ. Aaliyah for Riho, that was me and Glenn. Nikki Cross for Kevin Nash as primarily a manager, WWE to WWF. Io Sky for Alexa Bliss, me and JJ. Doug Williams for Robert Roode, between JJ and Glenn. Claudio Castagnoli for the tag team of Jurassic Express. And the final one was Randy Orton for Charlotte Flair with Ric Flair.
Oh man, how am I going to make the intro?
Pretty eventful.
Yeah.
It's been the most eventful trading I think we've ever done. Would you guys agree?
Well, the last one was pretty eventful when I traded Liger for Undertaker and stuff. But
that was a good idea. Yeah. But you made it even better. You just topped Sting from ice, and now I can bring back, I feel bad for your Legends picks, Carl. You are lagging a lot of Legends, aren't you?
Well, I mean, Bret Hart's my world champion, but other than that, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, he's the only one Legend you got left. I don't know who the other guys are.
I've got Kurt Angle now.
All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've also
got Beth Phoenix.
Oh, okay. It's just it just feels like out of all the rosters, I've got most of them, you got the less, and JJ's sort of in between, almost.
Yeah. I am using my Legends as trump cards to get people I want.
Yeah. I'm very much in a youth movement here in the WWF. So
I'm trying to make both. I'm trying to make both the young and the Legends kind of like move together.
I mean, the only thing left, I suppose, we didn't really ask this during the main thing, is does anybody want to do any wishing well of any future endeavours? Does anybody want to release anybody that they currently have on their roster?
I don't think I can afford to release anybody.
Okay.
I forgot about that, actually. I didn't know we were going to release
I don't see the point in releasing anybody. You might as well hang on to them and job them to death.
Even if they're just
like we've lost half of Heavy Machinery. Glenn's lost half of Heavy Machinery. There's no point in letting the other half go. You might as well just use him to bring somebody up. Sting might as well have a 2 minute
body for if you want to do Royal Rumbles, things like that. You've got the numbers up,
I've got plenty of. Well, guess what, guys? Just to give you a spoiler alert, we are having that at my next event at Nio Starshman. We will have ourselves a Royal Rumble.
Right, but not an actual Royal Rumble, right?
No, it's going to be like what you guys did, like a.
It's not going to be called. It's not going to be called the Royal Rumble.
No, but it's still a Rumble. It's just not Royal. It's just of the Rumble, ordinary. Yeah. And mine will have 10 picks in, like you guys did on yours. So I need to do the same now. Okay. If you guys can do it, so can I.
I mean,
Can I top it?
or you could come up with your own ideas, but you know.
It's still cool.
You
guys did it.
So, with that said, everybody, thank you for tuning in for this. Hopefully, you've enjoyed it. Again, I apologise, we were weirdly squished in the corner there for a little bit, but other than that, it's been interesting to do this in person. So yeah, that is it for the trades. I will post up the updated rosters once I've figured them out into the Discords. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Not gonna lie, I lost track of.
So,
I did as well.
I will post the updated rosters into the. JJ, if you can send me the people you drafted, just so I can add them to yours. Those are the only bits I haven't written down. I've written down Glenn's. I haven't written down yours. But I have written down all the trades. So I'll sort those out, post them up on the Discord, and people will know who they've got and who they haven't got. For the sakes of bringing people in, you can bring new people in on the next show. But you can also, I would say, for the people who were traded, that you can use them in your next show to write them out if you want to. And because, well, you know, especially if it's like a recap show, like week 1 could be the last time that, you know, we see Sting on my show, but week 4 we could see Mercedes Moné on week 4. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
like
there is going to be a little bit of crossover, so you can use the new people and you can use the old people to write them out in this kind of weird crossover bit, just to finish off any stories that maybe are left.
Keep some kayfabe.
Yeah, to make a bit more. Finish things off before we give them up, sort of thing.
I could do that for mine. What I'm going to do is I'll think of doing a couple of promos, like they could do, and then they could have like their last match hurrah and whatnot.
All right. So with that said, everybody, we shall finish for tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we shall see you on the next shows.
Take care, lads. This has been fun.
Good night, everybody.